we lose money on butter, even at that $8.49. No one believes me. Like, how do we tell people? I'm like, well, we just don't want to get into that.
You tell them right here on the podcast. What do you pay? What do you get?
But if I
So
put
then
it
you've
on
worked your way
Kōrero.
up the ranks, and now you own one.
Yep.
That's a story in itself. So
Getting excited for baby. Every week it gets closer.
how many weeks now? Then
5, I think. I'm pretty sure it's 5. It's
4. G. You got 4 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh
If
no.
everyone listening that voted for you got you in, I'd be Prime Minister.
They ain't saying nothing online.
Yeah.
They're not. And it's just what happens. It's the negative and the drama and the feeding of it.
Yeah.
What's the power bill of the supermarkets? That'd be crazy.
What about the facial recognition? What's
that's
that?
been
How's
trialled.
that? Like, yeah, how's that?
Small new worlds normally don't do very well. We've made the finals of the best impact, community impact.
Wow.
And
It's
we've made the final of the best customer promises. Made the finals of best store.
like obviously the OCR's coming down.
Yep.
Which means the banks and the mortgage rates and the loans and the interests are all coming down.
Yep.
Why will the rates not follow?
You want them looking after, child abuse and rape and murder and all that kind of stuff. Or do you want them at the supermarket looking at Thomas? He's had 164 convictions for shoplifting, totaled at this. Like the names and just out the gate the amount of times that people have been caught.
There's a stigma around it, right? Voting, elections, councils and polls, stigma. People don't want to hear about it because it's Nancy Pantsy.
Yeah.
Their vote doesn't matter. They don't care what's going on. Nobody follows it.
You're doing colonics as well, so
What's that?
I don't know, like, throw
it
water
goes
up your
up
bum or
water
something?
up your bum.
Who's
Talk to
aim-
Trish about
it's
it.
a
Talk
cleanse
to her
thing,
Who's
about it.
aiming it
I
at
don't
your
wanna
butt?
talk- there's a-
Basically, yeah. I think you want to be to like suck him or fuck him. I don't know. One of the two.
The number one podcast in Rarotonga, and probably the best podcast you've done is number 10.
No, I like that confidence. The thorough onwards.
Is it tomorrow or is it last
Tomorrow.
Tuesday?
Yesterday. Welcome back to the Making a Statement podcast. We're here with episode 10. We're in the double digits. Let's fucking high five to that, G.
That's mean. Milestone.
That's milestone. You said
Milestone.
that as we were going live, and I
did.
thought, yeah, no, that's true. That's a milestone.
That's cool.
Episode 10, we're back with a brand new guest. We're going to introduce you to him shortly. And you guys already know who it is if you're clicking on the video, though, because he'd be in the thumbnail. But Jason Davy's with us tonight. And before we get into it, we are uncensored, we are unfiltered, we're unscripted, and we're unedited. So we're basically running this podcast live and direct, raw, kōrero, and breaking the stigma is our catchphrase. And it's about breaking the stigma about difficult conversations and just open conversations. So we're about sitting down and just having a conversation, and that's how we're doing it. Conversation with yourself. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Ethan.
Hey, brother E, my brother-in-law.
Not a
And
rapper.
got Cuzzy DJ TJ on the ones and twos, driving us behind the scenes. Say what up.
Hello.
Kia ora. And myself, Dilz, making a statement. Go check us out at makingastatement.co.nz. Apparel, we got that. We're wearing the new pressure hoodie. We'll talk
wearing
more
my new
about
hoodie
that
too.
shortly. Breaking the stigma.
I have the crew neck version of this too.
You do. You're kind
And
of
a grey
collecting.
one.
You're collecting. But yeah, over to my left in the hot seat tonight, we've got a man. He is the owner of the Foxton New World. He is reputable for being too giving, and he is a candidate for the Te Awahu Community Board.
Great.
And we'll let you kind of fill in the gaps there, Jason. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, g'day. My name's Jason, obviously. I've had the New World for nearly 10 years, me and my wife. So time's flowing. But we've had a ball in Foxton. So you're looking forward to the podcast tonight. Being number 10 is pretty cool. I've been a bit nervous about this all weekend, but I'm looking forward to getting it all done.
Don't need to be too nervous. I'm nervous.
I bought my money
I'm sweating.
bought my money for the swear jar.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
cool.
we cover that, but we appreciate that.
I
That's
do.
cool.
And mentioning the swear jar, we've got the rangatahi jar, so show the people.
It's filling up.
It's filling up very quickly. Every time we swear, we're putting 50 cents into this jar to raise funds to give back to the youth in our community. It is uncensored, unfiltered, and we are adults having big talk conversations. So, yeah, basically it's our way of still giving back. It kind of, allows us to be ourselves, right? That's what we're doing here. That's how we have such open conversations as we're being ourselves. And so, Jason, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for joining us tonight. And you mentioned being nervous. What are you nervous about?
Oh, it's the whole thing just sitting down in front. I'm a pale old stale male now, so I'm getting down on one of the podcasts is pretty cool, but a bit nervous about what the questions will be and how I'll answer them, and not swearing too much and not making a dick of myself, really. But,
Turned up dressed with the best, though.
yeah, Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior. I got my dad that for his birthday, I think.
Yeah,
Hey,
I've seen him wear it.
yeah,
too.
I got.
Yeah, he
well,
stopped me in the shop once and said, "Hey, I've got that T-shirt." I bought this for myself.
Oh, yeah. Shout out, Dad. But yeah, that's interesting. I like that you showed up with that on.
Yeah.
Before we kick off, we do a touch base, mental health out of 10. How your week's been, looking, reflecting, and just where you at right now.
Yeah.
So we'll kick you off.
Sorry, I was talking to you when I first came in, but probably a 6. You know, at a weekend, it was a bit average all weekend, but I was resting at home and relaxing and trying to get some sleep. Then I stayed up late and watched the All Blacks, and then stayed up late,
Watch the
watched
grand
Melbourne
final.
lose, which is one
Up
of
the
those things.
Bronx Nation. Let's go.
Rubbish. But, so yes, I had a few late nights. Then an early start this morning, so I'm on the Red Bulls.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kicking into it, and yeah, I suppose a bit nervous about elections, but nervous about this and everything else that goes on in life. You know.
I think you're a pretty liked person. I wouldn't be nervous.
Oh,
I think
if you know that you
a
don't,
verify app.
not
But there's
cheap
heaps
voting.
There's
that-
heaps of verification layers to things now, like authentificators and all the rest of it. But at the
Authentificators.
like we've got.
everyone that said they'd voted for you got you in. I'd be prime minister. But you didn't.
You said not even 30% of the people who voted, so there's 20-something% are voting in the people that are going to help make the decisions, which means that how's the
It
community
could still be the wrong people. Yeah.
is the community's not having their say.
No,
But that's the same as if everybody who said they're going to come to your show turned up.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll be packing out like M&M stadiums. But then,
That's what I mean.
sorry, I couldn't find a babysitter last minute. These guys that are saying they're voting, their ones are still in the letterbox.
That's right. That's right.
So you weren't stoked with the grand final?
No, I wanted Melbourne to win. I was in the final of the sweepstake at work. I had $400 to win it, but I got $250 today for coming seconds. That was, that's a pretty good day.
Yeah.
So without that, you might have been a 5.
Yeah, it might have been a 5.
Are you a Melbourne supporter in general, or you just
No,
thought
I'm a
that they were
Warriors
gonna
supporter.
win? Okay.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
Warriors supporter.
Yeah.
Me and a couple of guys from the beach went over and watched them in Manly, the last game of the round robin.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Awesome.
So, love the Warriors, but next year, that's what we say, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. Next year's our year.
Cool. Well, there's a bit to unpack there. Brother E, how are you out of 10?
I'm come down a little bit. I'm not like overly stressed or anything. I've just had like a long week. Last week, obviously, we filmed that episode, and I'd done overtime on the weekend with that Sunday, and then I was supposed to have an off weekend this weekend, and I got called out on Saturday afternoon right before we went out for dinner. So I ended up going out to replace a unit out in Ikitahuna. So I was pretty tired. I got home just before the All Blacks game. So I got home, sat down, watched about 3/4 of the game, and then fell asleep because I was so tired. And then pretty full on day Sunday, and then stayed up for the grand final, and woke up early as well this morning. So and it's been a pretty long day today. So tired. I would say probably 7 or 8. Yeah, but like overall, like I'm good. Everything's good, flowing. Getting excited for baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's every week I say that, but every week it gets closer.
How many weeks now, then?
5, I think.
Must be.
Yeah, I swear I've said 5 twice, but
Yeah.
I think it's 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. It's 7th of November, so if you're watching, do the maths. I'm pretty sure it's 5.
4, G. You got 4 weeks.
4 in a couple of days.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
the clock's counting down, G. That calendar date's getting crossed.
Yeah, well, we've shot the music video in Wanganui now, so
Yep.
I don't have to worry about going to Wanganui and missing the birth. So,
Yep.
so yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm like 7. Yeah, 7. I'll sit with 7 this week.
Cool. And
Yeah.
what about the music video? Let's talk about that for a minute.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was good. Josh E's just flawless, man. He's so easy to work with. His even I've seen him in the studio with you. Like he has a line about how it's effortless.
Yep.
And it is effortless.
Yeah,
mate.
bro.
He's just naturally
He's fluent.
talented.
He's fluent. He's disciplined.
Mm.
Have you seen that? If you watch this music video, one is crazy,
Yeah,
but
it is
the
really
bro
good.
pulled out the Quran and read it, and
Yeah.
he straight translated the book. That's
was
discipline, bro.
like-
He taught himself.
It was like mind blowing when we were filming, and bear in mind there was like music and lights and everything, and he's sitting there reading this book. And what's the language? Is it Muslim?
Arabic.
Arabic.
Yeah,
Arabic. Yeah. He's reading this book in Arabic, and I was like, "What? That's crazy cool!
Yeah.
Like that's such a talent." So yeah, no, it was awesome, and like I said, he's so talented. So it was effortless for me to be able to film the shots and direct. Like we were directing him to do stuff, and he just did it.
Oh yeah, it was
perfectly.
awesome. So no, it was cool to be able to get you to be a part of the second half of it because it was a 2-night shoot. It was a lot of mahi. Cuzzy Trev held down pretty much the first night.
Yeah,
you joined in on the tail end because you got a call out.
I got a call out right before we went to film. Yeah,
so you're working on top of working.
Yeah,
but
non-stop.
we went from Foxton shooting in the church the first week, and then a whole night, and then the second week we drove all the way to Wanganui and we shot with my bro Joshy E,
Awesome.
a very talented artist. And the music video for Pressure is coming out like in a few weeks. About to get the first edit back, and the merch is live. So Pressure, you could get your merch on the makingastatement.co.nz website. Pressure, the obviously the diamond and the imagery and stuff like that, it's kind of coinciding with the subject matter of the song. It's really, it's just about the pressures that you feel as a man, like with all the different things going on and the way it attacks you and gets at you in your head. So
say less.
We got the album cover up on the wall now too. So it's just, for me, I'm gonna say I'm at an 8.5 because it's just that we're in the midst of the rollout of all this hard work. You know, I've worked a lot behind the scenes, and now it's like now it can actually be seen.
You've been able to say that for the last couple of months. All that hard work is finally being able to be shared with other people, so it feels like it was worthwhile now because you're actually getting to see the final product.
Yeah, but this is only the second song coming out. We've got a whole album, and every song is going to be, you know, looked after and music videos for it, and everything's already lined up, and the merch is coming for every single drop. So makingastatement.co.nz, you can go and get it at Care Design on Main Street, 41 Main Street, Foxton. And we've got a radio live ad going live tomorrow onwards.
Is it tomorrow or is it
tomorrow.
Tuesday?
Yesterday.
So, but for us, right in this moment, is it tomorrow?
Yep.
So then next week it'll be last Tuesday that it came out. Yeah. Because it comes out.
Very good maths, Ethan.
I see you remember. Today is yesterday. I keep doing that every week when we talk about the episode.
Yeah. So when these people hear it, they should have already seen and heard the ads, because the radio ad for Making a Statement, the apparel, the podcast, the clothing, everything, the umbrella of what we do is going live on My FM and More FM. And that's from tomorrow onwards. Like, I think it's like 50 times a month or something like that. So we got a rotation on My FM, which is crazy. That's cool.
Awesome.
That's massive. And then we've got the podcast intro that people, if they've seen the podcast in that start part, that's a visual ad, and that's going live across Google. Nice. So we just collaborated with MediaWorks, and about to try and blow Making a Statement up.
And also give yourself some credit because you made that ad for the radio by yourself.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. I heard it, I got goosebumps. I heard it 3 times in a row and I got goosebumps every single time. I was like, man, that's like actually a really good ad. So
thank you. Yeah, they told me that it was, what did they say? Unbelievable. And it was because usually if you work with the radio and that, you have to go into their studio and they got like people there that work on the jingle and they script you and all the rest of it, and then they record you. But I was like, I want to do it all myself in my studio, in my creative space, so I can make this ad mine and create it and put it out there so it represents what I do. Because, you know, I make my own beats and make my own, mix my own music and that. And then, I made an ad and I sent it back to them, and they're like, wow, he literally said to me on the phone call, he was like, there's people that get paid a lot of money to do what you do because there's a knack to it. Not anybody can just jump in there and do what you've just done. And he said, and you just delivered that like, just it's unbelievable. And I was like, well, wait until the fucking country starts hearing it.
Yeah.
So,
the first one.
First one in the swear jar. But so that's all going live tomorrow onwards. So really just trying to take over with Making a Statement and make sure everybody can see what we're doing.
Yeah. And don't take this the wrong way, but you guys are a hell of a lot more organised than I thought you were. Like, I thought it was pretty backyard, like, oh, what's going on? But I see some of the posts, I'm like, but it's really professional. Like, really impressed with the whole setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've worked pretty hard, like behind the scenes, like for the last year. Yeah. Almost like just doing everything, just slowly putting things in place. Obviously, you've been doing it for a while, but like since I've come on board, like we've been almost every day there's something new to be done. And like we actually literally had pretty much like a low-key business meeting yesterday at, I'll take a minute.
So at this point, we shout out the Foxton Fire Brigade.
And they are awesome volunteers, man.
Yeah, so obviously they're doing their test drill. You'll hear that loud and clear from New World every night, right across the road. They're your neighbours.
Yeah.
But we'll come back to our conversation. But just, did you want to give them a shout out, Jason, tonight?
both fire brigades, like Sean's fire brigade in the town and Rodney's fire brigade here at the beach. And the amount of service, some of those guys done 40, 50 years, and they're getting older. We need more people to get in there. We need more volunteers so that the older ones can have a break and we get some more ones coming through. I see they've got a few more ladies on the intake, but they all need more people. So, but yeah, amazing effort. Like, hats off to them all the time.
Absolutely.
So if there is anybody out there that is interested, go down and
Fire brigade.
introduce yourself.
make a difference in your community. But it really does take special people to be able to fill that gap. We talk about that, how important it is, but how difficult it must be. But we also talk about how it's quite generational. There's a lot of like lineage throughout it, like,
100%.
dads and then sons.
Families, definitely.
Yeah.
And a lot more daughters now. Like, it's really cool. So, and we got a couple of volunteers at New World. I won't talk about them now, but they go and they run off when there's a fire and stuff, and they're really excited about it. And they tell you about the training. Like, they do a really, really good job. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
well, we
massive.
need that, eh?
but
Every
they need more
community
people.
needs it.
So,
Yeah, so if you're watching, go check them out. It's actually funny because we shout them out Monday night. We shoot. That goes off every Monday night. They do the training. So we do a shout out. And one of our viewers said in a comment, I heard my local fires thing and I thought about the Foxton Fire Brigade because they hear us shout out the Foxton Fire Brigade every time it goes off.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so I was like, fuck, that's cool. I don't mind doing that.
and just while we're on it, they're great people too. Like, we did a midwinter swim. I don't know if you know about it. Minus 21 helps sponsor it, but we had a midwinter swim down the beach every year, and the Foxton Beach Brigade always come down and bring their tent, put on sausages and cook up a barbecue for everyone. Don't charge a cent, just as part of their community service. They're not asking for money. No one pays them anything. They just come down as a group, and they all jumped in and swam this year. There was like 10 of them in the water, and they were cooking the sausages. So, yeah, really community driven. So
That's awesome.
and that's we'll talk about that more about the community, but the community is pretty cool.
Absolutely. I'm just out loud. I want to get a firefighter on here as a guest. We'll reach
That'd be
out
cool.
to somebody.
Titties.
Oh, I'll give you some good ones.
Yeah. Well, Titties is my cousin, and that's my family, the Solomons.
He drove a party bus for us for Checker of the Year last week.
Oh, true.
He does
was
the
was it a
rugby
vibe?
trips too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, well, see, look at all that time he dedicates, hey?
Yeah.
So shout out to bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in terms of quality of making a statement, that's how you make a statement, right? You can't show up and not
You
come
can't be
correct.
unprofessional.
Yeah.
But I think you guys have spent a lot more money than I would have thought you would. I thought you would even do it on pretty much on a shoestring, but it's looking pretty flash.
Oh,
to be honest.
I've been trying to, like, I kicked it off about, was it 2 years ago? I think 2 years ago.
2023.
And initially I was collaborating with kōrero FM and I was in their studio space and I mean I was on their time, their schedule, their means and their ways, and I wanted more control. And I should shout out to kōrero FM for helping us launch it and stuff like that. But it just really, I had a vision and I needed to be able to pull it off, and it needed to be on my own time. So I was like, how do I build and put a podcast space together? And so on that journey, it was investment and learning, and then it was starting off at the Cuzzy's house and setting up like a nice thing by his fireplace and seeing what we could pull off, and it wasn't right. And then it was going to my parents' house and shooting it with like a backdrop in the shed, and it wasn't right. And then it was come to the studio. I've got a music space, so mine's like this, but black and blue in my studio space. And we tried to shoot it in there, and it just wasn't right. And so the bro E, we brought him on board, and he started this journey with me, and he seen the vision of it, and he was like, I want to chase that goal, and I want to be a part of what you're doing. And so, for the last year behind the scenes, we've been putting in the work to make it what it is, the podcast, specifically. And he bought a house, so we were like, let's take it to your house now that you got a house. We got more space, set it up. It wasn't right, and then it took coming to this space where he kind of almost purposefully invested in this property because it had this space on it. And when he moved house, we then had this to utilize, which is exactly what we needed, because we had over the years kind of started investing in the cameras and the lighting,
There's a lot of money in here.
a lot. So
we picked up the couches off
$50,
Marketplace.
$60.
Yeah, we bought the desks online. They weren't that expensive just to build them. We got
I think
Hunter
I
to do the
afterpaid them.
painting. We just bought the tiles and stuck them up. We had some coat hangers that we custom to make them look nice to hang the stuff up there.
Just grinded the top off it and
Yeah.
spray painted it black so it looked nice on the camera.
Like,
so
we
there's
just-
ingenuity applied
There's
as
lots,
well.
yeah, lots of it. Like even like trying to, because we had like tripods. Oh, not tripods, like, well, they are tripods.
Camera
holding
lightings.
the lights and stuff up. And then we were like, let's go and find a way to mount them to the roof so then there's more space.
It just went down.
Like,
to
just
hammer
random
hardware.
things. So, like, we just spent, like, weekends and weekends and weekends. Like, if we should have taken photos so we could show everyone the before and afters. I might have some, but it was like an empty room with yellow and purple walls, and it was weird, like real weird, and like we just
Old as carpet. If you can imagine this being an old as old school sleep out. And
That's
then
what it
we
was.
came in here a couple like days over a weekend, working, being all day, all Saturday, all Sunday. So shout out to the wifeys who dedicate us, allowing this time to do what we need to do. And we came in here and transformed the space, and then just started moving in. And
No, I think you guys have done a great job.
Thank
Well, I'm
you.
only a couple of 100 meters away.
yeah, I know your houses. I'll put your heat pump in. How is that going?
Everyone knows where my house is.
Yeah.
That's an issue. But we'll talk about that later. Yeah, no, it's cool. This house, I've seen this house a lot. It's changed hands a few times. So I didn't know you'd bought it, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we planned. I got lots of plans. So I've ripped one room out, re-insulated, relined, repainted, and then we've just moved into the next room doing that. So we're pretty much doing like a full reno. I'm going to replace all that external fencing and the driveway and just everything.
And you're lucky if you're practically minded to be able to do that, because that's where you save some cost, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
People like me, it's like, no.
Oh, you got old Nick. He's builder, eh?
2 Nicks. Both my girls.
Oh, yeah,
girls got
that's
Nicks.
right. Yeah, true.
And they're both builders.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, it is helpful.
Nick's a good dude.
Yeah, no, they're all good Nicks.
I know
He
some
needs
nicks
to
that are
actually-
dicks.
There are a few dicky
Yeah, I
Nicks,
know some nicks that are dicks.
Yeah, but yeah, this Nick's pretty cool. Well, both Nicks are pretty cool.
If you know a nick, are they a dick or are they got a tick?
Hey, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know. Rhymes. Bars. Cuzzy DJ TJ, how are you out of 10, brother?
I'm pretty good.
Is that a number?
Yes.
If I was, I would say I'm at around a 9.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Sounds
just
good.
making some money, happy, perkies.
Cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
Perkies.
yeah, that's about it.
Don't tell your boss.
Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, he's involved.
Oh,
Oh,
don't broadcast it. Don't broadcast it to
Well, who you
IRDG.
And
But
Link.
no, my week's been pretty good. On Sunday, I had to help my co-worker put up an EP, so I missed out on my rehearsal. But
Damn.
on Thursday was pretty good. We basically did some dancing, and that kind of tired me out. And we're still looking for white male, so we're trying to get Ethan on board, but he's
Jason.
not jumping on.
well, I didn't
What's
get
the
those.
role?
I didn't get that 1,000 likes.
The
so I'm not
role
doing it.
is it's just one guy. Oh, it's 2 guys, sorry. But they only got one-liners.
Okay, Jason.
I think I'm a bit old, aren't I?
You're white.
Yeah, we need younger males.
Yeah, you didn't say that. You didn't say that. Oh, brother, there's no other option. You're in
What
it.
about you?
I said there's
He
no
needs
other
2.
option.
He needs
I
2.
see younger roles.
Yeah.
There was this little.
We're the same age.
Yeah, but you're a little bit younger. You're in
Okay.
it. You're in it.
Fair enough.
But
A 9. So what are you?
I said 8.5.
Oh, you did. Sorry.
Is this for the little theatre? No, what's this for?
No, this is
Levin.
for Levin Performing Arts Society. That's
Oh.
LPAS on Queen Street. It's either East or. Hold on.
It's the Arts
East,
Centre
East.
in
It's in
Levin.
Levin.
I think it's
Yeah.
East, bro.
But Cuzzy DJ TJ, can you draw us the hot topic for today?
Of course, of course.
Let's go. So basically, Jason, you're aware, but for the viewers at home, our guests, when they come through, they are putting a subject, a one-liner, a sentence, a topic, whatever it might be, into a box behind the scenes. And Cuzzy DJ TJ is pulling out one of those hot topics right now. Whatever that is, we will have a conversation about it. And that's what kicks off the open conversation, because we have no idea what's about to come. We've had some crazy things come out of there. And I also just want to quickly shout out last week's guest, Irene Wakefield. Had some beautiful conversations with her. If you haven't seen that episode, make sure you do go and watch it. And it seems like the
Finish
audience,
watching this first.
the audience are loving it. So that's awesome. So thank you, Irene, for coming through, because we've had a lot of people reach out to us behind the scenes, just feedback, like positive feedback about the episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
You
She
got-
was really happy too. Like, talked about it.
So you got a chance to get in and watch it.
Yeah, definitely.
true.
Yeah, I watched and Justin's. Yeah. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah, just to see what was going on,
Awesome, fair enough. So you know
Prepare
what you're in for.
just in case.
Well, he turned up with his money, cash money for the jar,
Cash
rangatahi
money.
jar.
Haven't used it yet, have we? No, we hadn't- no
I think
screen.
you've been pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, well, we haven't
So
even
far.
done the hot topic.
Break
We've only
the-
just
break the
introduced ourselves.
Don't talk about butter prices, and we'll be all right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I've been getting screwed by that, eh? Yeah, and cheese.
What's TJ got?
Yeah, are you going
Are
to
you hot topicing back there? Or are you writing one down?
Making his own up.
No, sorry. Okay, hot topic. This is going to relate to us, Mass or Ethan. The hot topic is power bill.
Or Ethan? Is that because I pay the power bill?
But
Yeah.
I mean, my music studio's got monitors, computers, screens, everything running at all capacity all the time too. Our power bills are like fucking $650.
What's the power bill of the supermarkets? That'd be crazy.
But I get all the paperwork for my office, bro, and I've seen that power bill. It's heaps. When you got a building,
Heaps
it's
as.
like a building, heaps as.
It goes up every year, like just like residential, but
Yeah.
it seems to be exponentially higher because as a percentage on a big number, the number just gets exponentially higher. So it was 19 grand or something last month, something like that.
Month.
Yeah.
They better be giving you heaps of vacuums.
What the?
So
That's crazy.
yeah, and obviously the bigger the store and the more fridges you're running, you know what it's like.
So that
Yeah.
explains the butter prices.
Well, it's part of it.
Do you have the curtains on them?
Yep.
So
At
you
night.
close those at night?
Yeah, at night.
The night
Electric
curtains?
Yeah, stay down.
Oh yeah,
And
cool.
that
Because that
helps.
helps because it would get them to temp and then they wouldn't really run too much.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about supermarkets all night, but if you go around a lot of the new ones, they have doors on all the you have to open to get into the chillers and shut, so they're not ours are open all day, so you're having to cost more to keep it cool.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
losing air all the time, so they have doors, so you've got to open. But we had that option, but our freezers like that, but the chillers aren't. It seems a bit. I like it old school. You can just go in and out and not have to open a door. It's a
Yeah.
barrier to purchase and stuff. So
Do you think the power prices are higher because there's self-service checkouts that are functioning all day?
no, I wouldn't think it's just that. I think it's mainly ovens and
Right.
the ovens chew a lot of power.
The extract fans and
Yeah,
that
the
sort of
extract
thing.
fans, the fridges.
Well, if you saw the size of the
roof.
aircon on the roof,
Yeah, it's massive.
that needs to be replaced.
Shush.
when the self services came out, did like the staff levels reduce? Like, did
No.
they replace jobs or just?
100% no. You can ask anyone at work, so I'd say if we did, but everyone does say that. Oh, you're taking people out of jobs. But
But that's what I'm asking it. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause it's just not reality. But and if I'm being brutally honest, and it'll come up again later, is like they turn up, they turn on, they balance, they don't go to 4 smoko breaks a day. No, money doesn't disappear. You know, it's like they're pretty good staff members.
They're really annoying for customers though, because now we're doing the staff member's job,
Yeah,
and it keeps beeping at me
Yeah.
because it said the wrong things in the bagging area.
that's right.
It's frustrating.
And you'll see that in Kmart and everywhere. The whole world's going that way, and I'm sure we'll talk
McDonald's.
about that cost of living later. You know, like that's the way it's all going to go, and it's pretty scary in some respects. But we've kept all our lanes as well, so we've still got 4 big lanes, and people don't want to use the SCOs. They don't, but a lot of people don't want the interaction with the checkout. They just want to get in, get their Red Bull, get their chocolate bar, get their pie. The tradies don't want to go to the checkouts and queue up and talk to anyone. They just want to scan their stuff and go.
I think it helps with the flow of traffic as well, like in the peak times. Like if people that are coming in for little things, they don't have to wait for people that have full trolleys. They can just go straight through there. I know they had the express checkouts and stuff like that, but yeah, I think it's quite helpful to have them.
Yeah, the express checkouts have probably been pushed away in most stores now because of SCOs, because it's just, and everyone said, oh, the oldies won't use them, but they love them too, once they get used to it and how it works. And then we've always got a lady there standing there and helping and stuff. But when you talk about the scanning of the stuff, like you'd be surprised, but you might not be, but the amount of people we catch, because the checkout stuff got to keep an eye on stuff, and they put a bag down and it beeps, and they're like, oh, it's lemons, and they open the bag up and there's a few lemons, but then underneath that there's some grapes, or there's the other week it was tins of vitamins and lube in a bag.
Pregnancy test or something.
Pregnancy kits.
Yeah, because
Is
they're
that what-
expensive.
Why don't they just pay for it?
Because it's
So they-
expensive, they're trying to
They're
steal it.
hiding it, buying it as lemons. So the lemons at $2.99 a kilo. Push the lemon button inside the brown bag's lube.
Or potatoes.
So
Yeah,
it's
but they're
$3.
obviously trying to be like discreet about it, so you don't want somebody fucking pulling you up, opening your bags and pulling it out, and showing the world.
I
Like,
think the biggest thing is they're trying not to pay for it because pregnancy tests are expensive, especially
But
for
people like that, Dilz, they don't care if they get caught. They like,
No.
oh well, and they walk off because they're not going to pay anyway.
or
They just
when,
walk away. They don't. There's no shame.
it's definitely a common thing because I don't know if I can talk too much on this, but I've done the servicing in your staff room and I've seen the wall of shame. There's a lot of people on that wall of shame. There's
Is
a
that
lot.
what people that have shoplifted?
Yeah, and people that we got to keep an eye out for because
My uncle's on there and my cousins. I've seen them on the notice board. Yeah, I've
I haven't
100% seen them
don't-
throughout the years.
oh
Throughout
was
the
gonna
years.
say
I
they're
don't know,
not
just
currently.
is it rotational?
yeah, it is rotation.
Yeah, so they've been on there.
the current
yeah.
ones, eh?
Yeah, no,
Few of my cousins, actually.
Oh, no.
it happens, eh? But most people, the locals, don't usually what's the word? Shit in their own nest. But they, you get people.
That's an expensive shit. And shit's not even a swear word.
Shit's not a swear word.
You can hold that
Shit.
for one of the big
Nah,
words.
Yeah, no, shit doesn't even count.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got to call them some.
You'll never make
But
it.
You
you
don't
know-
even have to. Don't even be mindful of it. Don't even worry about what you say. It's all good.
So, the locals don't generally shit in their own nest. It's usually people that are driving through from Levin to Palmy or Palmy to Levin, and we're on the way, and you're seen as an easy target because you're a small town store and not a lot of police around and stuff. So it's a bit of an issue. Like it was $300 worth of meat the other day. Went out in a basket. It's like it's out the gate.
I just don't even think about it.
People,
And you can't stop them, can you? You just have to leave them.
yeah, I don't know. That's probably not something I want to talk about, but
Fair enough.
yeah, you can stop them. Some chains choose not to.
Citizens arrest, surely?
You can citizens arrest, but
Yeah.
we're not. I'm not about having a fight with the person, but
It
I'll try and
depends
take
on
the product back.
Absolutely.
So I've been punched in the head a few times. Staff will tell you, but I'd rather get the meat back and they can bugger off, and that's fine. I don't care, but I'm not going to let people walk away because then you set yourself up as an easy target.
Absolutely.
I think that's like-
absolutely.
I think that's like if someone tried to steal your jewelry, that's like a $300 watch, $300 worth of meat. I'd take a punch in the head if I could stop someone from taking my watch.
Or more so, this is your business. That'd be like someone's walking in here. Oh, I like that camera and walking out, taking our
Oh,
shit.
that ain't happening.
And you'll see that overseas.
Punch them in the head.
Yeah, you'll see that overseas now. Like and I don't want to be negative, but people are walking out and people aren't allowed to touch them. They're just walking out in America with bags and trolleys, and people just watch them. And then they try and get them later. And New Zealand's getting a bit like that. And everyone says, "Oh, you've got insurance. Don't worry about it."
But they cost money.
Sure, you got it in excess of for lost stock, could be 20 grand. So you'd have to lose 20 grand to even think about
The
claiming.
claim, that's bullshit, eh?
So people don't realise that. They just think, oh, the supermarket owner's got $1 billion. It doesn't matter. We can steal. It's like, it's crazy.
No.
Crazy.
Yeah.
What about the facial recognition? What's
that's
that?
been
How's
trialled.
that? Like, yeah, how's that?
It's been trialled in 25 of our stores, which is foodstuffs. And everyone's going to roll it out if they can afford it. So it's on the individual stores to buy the software and the cameras and stuff.
Is
So
it
we're
quite
just looking at that
expensive?
now. Yep.
And is the purpose of that to help track customers that are
To
thieving?
stop them coming back in. So, because these same ones, we put a photo up on it. It's called Aura. It's a security platform, and anyway, the supermarkets will share it, and so the face will pop up, and it'll go into every other store, and they'll go, yeah, that's his name. So you get a name within 5 seconds, then it goes to the police, and because the police don't come to shoplifters, they deal through it. You got to put all the reports, and then it goes to their reporting office, and then we get the name for them, we get their address, and then they might pop around and arrest them or trespass them or whatever for you. But
Yeah.
and these faces come up and you go, that's Fred Michael Thomas. He's had 164 convictions for shoplifting, totaled at this, like the names and just out the gate, the amount of times that people have been caught.
What do you do with
Just
that
like-
information though? Banned from the store. Somebody
we
sees
just
it,
ask the
it
police
picks
to
up.
trespass them because they
yeah.
won't send them to court or jail for
No, but if they trespass after they've been given their trespass notice, then they can be arrested. Correct.
Yeah, it's called I forget the word of it. Anyway, if you're
breach or
trespassing, you come in,
something,
it's like burglary because you've already been trespassed or something. So it's a higher charge. So.
Yeah.
But people still try it because
Because
police have got different priorities,
Yeah, well, they already didn't care because they were already stealing openly. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's tough on the staff because they get all the aggressive, the aggressive people. So it's
yeah,
really
you've
tough.
got a few just
And the
like
staff are told not to touch them. Like don't because it's not worth them getting hurt. But
No.
As your
I would
staff
if you-
member, if I was your staff member, I'd punch them.
Yeah, I've got a few. I've got a few that aren't scared and
Good.
will do that. But then
there's a few,
that aren't.
like like old ladies and that sort of thing.
Old ladies are
and
good.
Little girls.
They'd like pull your head and give it back or whatever. Because they generally won't touch an old lady.
Yeah, right.
So they're
yeah.
pretty good. It's probably sometimes it's good to have the woman in front of you.
Yeah.
If I just go charging up, then it's a punch in the head. But
Oh,
yeah,
right.
but it just happens. No, it's just part of life, isn't it? Now,
Mm.
got to deal with it. Unfortunately,
You said about the police having different priorities. What's your thoughts on that?
it's like everything. I'm sure we'll talk about rates and taxes and that later. But there's only so much money here to go around unless we keep taxing people or putting rates up. Then they've only got so many people to go on the beat. You want them looking after, child abuse and rape and murder and all that kind of stuff. Or do you want them at the supermarket looking at shoplifters? I want them at the supermarket, but I want them doing that other stuff first. So
Yeah.
a priority thing, isn't it?
That's an awesome thing. Big of you to say that as
Yeah.
the supermarket owner
Yeah.
rather than having your own outlook on
Yeah.
it.
We all
selfless,
as
like.
supermarket owners want to see more police, but we all know, there's only so much money going around as well. We understand business and governments like business.
Yeah.
Have you thought about security? Because I know Countdown Levin has
Yep.
security all the
They're a
time.
bit bigger stores. And,
Mm.
so, and the thing with security, Ethan, is like, when do you have them there? Because you don't know when the shoplifters come. You have to have them there from opening to close,
Yeah.
and then they probably wouldn't touch them either.
Yeah, true. Oh, I just noticed
Yeah.
because every time I go down to Levin, we used to look after their store, Countdown, and they always had the security there.
It's
So
funny.
I don't know if that, and half the time you look at the security, you're like, I don't even know what they're gonna do. Like,
Yeah, it's just the presence. They don't do anything. Like
Yeah.
Countdown's had a policy that you can walk out.
yeah,
People, so they get a lot more shoplifting at Countdown because they're not allowed to touch them at all.
Ah.
So that's why they get a lot more trolleys going out.
yeah,
Whereas
that's dodge.
ours are owner operated, so the owners are a little bit more, it's not just a shareholder or a big huge company like
Mm.
the media would have you believe. They're all individually owned, so
Mm.
every cent that comes out comes off us.
I think that's a good segue into what got you, because I know your journey is you've been in the supermarket industry from day dot kind of vibes,
Yep.
working for. So then you've worked your way up the ranks and now you own one.
Yep.
That's a story in itself. So talk about that. You've
Yep.
gone from, day one here to
Yep.
now here.
Yep. So 16, my mum said you got an interview at the new Pack and Save opening up. It was in a mall. It had a 6-level car park. She goes, you got an interview here with, and I was like, I don't need a job. Yes, you do. So I went to the interview, got the job. I was pushing trolleys on the weekends and holidays and stuff. And it was as I said, 6 stories. So you take the trolleys from the bottom to the top, and it was like who could get the most trolleys up. It was quite cool. And then school holidays came, and the deli boy didn't show up. So I did full time for him because they needed someone to fill the butter and cheese and stuff.
Mean.
And then it was time to go back to school, which would have been 7th form for me. So I'd finished 6th form, which is year 12 now, is it, TJ? Yeah. Year 12 is 6th form.
Mm.
So I'd finished that. I'd been accepted to teachers college. My parents didn't have a lot of money. And then at the end, basically, the school holidays, they said, you want to work full time? You're awesome. And by that time, I'd done, 6 or 8 weeks and had some money and learned about girls and, had a bit of cash and thought, I'll do this. We didn't have any money to go to university anyway, and there wasn't a lot of student loans back then. So I was like, nah, let's just do it. So I just quit school and went to that. All my mates said, you're mad.
Mm.
Funnily enough, now I'm earning more than most of them. But it took a while, 5 or 6 years of studying and stuff. And then I did correspondence and did lots of management courses and, just took responsibility for yourself, Gave up playing football, which I was really good at because I had to work weekends. And just made those sacrifices, Probably drunk too much as a young fella and wasted money that I could have been, would have made me a lot better off now. But those are the things you do, don't
I
you?
think we all did that. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then met my wife there, and we drove to Wellington. For an interview at Wellington City New World. Schaefer's the big one.
Yeah.
It was just opening.
Oh yeah.
I interviewed for the deli manager's jobs. I was in the deli and the culture, so I was making the quiche, and it was weird. Back then there was a guy in the deli. They all thought I was gay, but I wasn't.
Just to get that
Just to
clear.
clarify.
Anyone that thought he was gay,
Is this
he's
a true
not.
story?
True story.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I went to Wellington City, and we got the deli manager's job. Or I got the deli manager's job, and we were driving back, and I told my wife I didn't get it, and then just as we got back into New Plymouth, I said, I lied. We got the job. We got to go down there in 2 weeks, and she started bawling. I don't want to
Yeah.
go, and I'm like, what? Just committed.
Were you not supposed to get it?
Well, we didn't think we would, but she was pregnant too. We'd only been together a short time, and she was pregnant, so it was her leaving all her family and me. We were just going down there with no one. We knew no one. So, we went down there, did a year, had our daughter Chloe there. So it was 32 years ago. So yeah, did it tough for a year in Wellington City. I was just working. It was a really busy supermarket. I had 30 staff on day one, and then 2 weeks later I had 80. So I employed 50 staff in 2 weeks. So you just walk your door. Yep. It was that busy. So
Is that the best recruitment process though?
No.
No, I can imagine you had some problems on the back end
I
of
was
that.
22, so, but the whole shop was like that. It just overtraded from day dot. So the whole shop was just employing left, right, and it caused a lot of issues, obviously. But then, we were working rings out. And then Pack and Save Capity, someone approached me and said, oh, you should go and have a look at that shop. It'll be Monday to Friday, and the money's probably better than what you're getting here. So I was like, went and had a chat to them, and then, that's what we did. So went there and then moved around all the departments, got to store manager's job. But worked, did lots of management courses did all the work that needed to be done. Worked the weekends, missed the Christmases and Easters, and which is a good segue soon to what I think the young people need to do today. But yeah, missed all the Easters, Christmases. The work-life balance wasn't such a thing back then. We just worked, and then we had another couple of babies. My wife took one of the babies to university with her to get her law degree. So she was taking kids on the boob and leaving class to go and breastfeed, and then going back to class. And
Wow, that's cool.
and we had no money, and people don't believe you now. We had no money. Our parents had no money. When my mum passed away, we had to pay for the funeral. Like, no, my dad's still alive now, and he's doing really well, but we're not getting inheritances. And her parents were the same. Her mum died when she was 4. She's from a family of 9. That's her story. She came from poverty, real poverty as well. So
you worked it hard,
worked
made
hard,
the struggle street,
Yeah, so
got to the end of it.
that's what we had to do. So, and then we got lucky. I had some really cool bosses at Pack and Save, and one of them, helped us out and said, we'll do a scheme. If you stay for another 6 or 7 years, I'll give you a bonus of like 20 grand or something, which was a lot back then. And that helped. So we did all the loyalty stuff, and that helped get us our first house. And then did the same with the next owner. He saved all my bonuses that I worked for instead of me wasting them, which is what I used to do. So when it came to Foxton time, they needed, I had to come up with some money as well. I was like, man, how am I going to come up with that? There was still money that he had saved, over the years. So that was pretty cool. So when we got the chance, foodstuffs, I don't know if you know, back in the day, it was Wellington and Auckland were 2 different entities. Then they combined. So the chances of me getting a store in the Wellington days were tough because they usually went to the sons or the daughters. When Auckland and Wellington combined, it became it was the best person for the job, not didn't have to be a relative, because they were expensive things to buy, and so foodstuffs would fund you in. They wouldn't pay for the whole thing; they just guarantee your loan to the bank. So the bank knows, even if Jason falls over, the foodies will pay us or someone will pay us. So the bank had no risk. So that's how you get
A
on.
guarantor, essentially.
Yeah, guarantor. So we went in with everything we had, which wasn't a lot. And I was flatting at Waitereri Beach when I started here. Trish was still living in Paraparaumu. We're trying to sell that house. Kids were trying to finish their high school at Paraparaumu. And living on the beach in Waitereri in winter was in a beach thing was freezing. But yeah, we just did the hard yards and then came into town and just loved it. We loved the Foxton community ever since, and we've got 3 grandkids here in Foxton now.
Wow. Yeah, so your life is here.
Yeah, life's here. Yep.
You've migrated as who you are now.
Yep. So everyone says, you'll leave, but if we were going to leave, we would have gone by now. And that's what a lot of people do. They get a small store, which is what Foxton is, and then you go to the middle store and then the bigger store. And that's how 99% of owners go. Some people just like where they are and they'll stay, until retirement or until foodstuffs kick you out or whatever happens. But
So that's your game plan at the moment.
yep, this was
Retire and don't get kicked out.
yeah, retire and don't get kicked out. Pay some debt,
Yeah.
because we did a big refurb. I don't know if you remember. We dug the whole place out and had the earthquake strengthened and put all the new fridges and freezers in, and that's another.
That helped.
It was another nearly $3 million, and everyone's like, oh,
It was a lot of work.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
yeah, and people don't see that. They're saying, on the election campaign, it's been, don't vote him, and he's just a rich old prick. He doesn't need our money.
You worked for that,
I
though.
know, but I'm not doing this for the money.
Do you get money out of it? How does that work?
Yeah, community board, I think it's not exact, but it's around $7,000 a year, and the chairman gets 14. So $7,000, less tax, less ACC and everything. You might get $100 a week.
Secondary tax.
Yeah.
So
$120 a week. I don't know what
And
it
you'd
is.
be like max tax too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not doing it for the money.
that's
No, but you already do a lot for the community in itself, anyways. A lot of sponsorships and donations and that sort of thing.
I
So
can speak
think-
on that because
yeah.
you helped with the mini fest last year,
Yep.
and we got a conversation to have about this year's one.
Yep. we
But I remember last year because I got the sausages donated by Turks, and we had the onions. Justin Tamihana actually donated the onions, but you had said next time just tell me because we've got everything. We've got a supermarket, like whatever you need, and so that's obviously why we're going to have a conversation about this year's one. But you gave, but you had wanted to give more.
Yep.
And I thought that was really commendable.
Yep. Yeah, we have our days. Like my wife says, maybe we're a bit generous sometimes. We could have paid a bit more debt a bit quicker. But when you're in a small town and there's only really, well, not just Turks and us, but we're the big 2 employers. And when people need help, they generally go to us, food banks or the schools or whatever. So you have to do your share. You got a responsibility. We want people to shop with us and we want to give back as well. So I'm big on shop local. And people say, well, if you know, you got to shop, but you want us to shop local, you know, what do you do for us? I do heaps. I try and do as much as I can.
I actually appreciate you saying it like that. I've never thought of it like that. I've never thought about me going to live in Countdown that's taken away from Foxton business. I've never thought about it like that. I've thought about that's got cheaper butter. Bring it back to the butter. But I've never looked at it from that perspective. It is like you are locally owned. You are, you know, a store owner from Foxton. Why are we taking just, you know, I resonate with what you just said. I really appreciate you saying it like that. I hope people at home hear that from Foxton and might think twice about their trips to Palmy.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere because it costs money to get gas. And I like the store. I know the layout. I know the people that work
what's more
there.
important than the gas?
I'm actually excited that you actually got these in now too.
Yeah, no, we're trying to get the range up.
Yeah,
it's cool.
because that's like there's some things that you go elsewhere because you don't have it, and there's no that forces your hand. You have to go somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. And you know, you look at the size of the building, you just can't fit as much as you can and live in. Or, you know, you've got to do your best to try and have the best range you can for the people you've got. Because you know, some people in town are on low socioeconomic stuff, and they want the budget end of the stuff, and then some people at the beach want craft beer and stuff. So you're trying to get a range that fits everyone.
Do you like have a team that like tracks the sales of each product, and you're like, well, this stuff's not selling, we might as well move this out and bring something else in there?
Yeah, it's
would
pretty,
be better,
it's pretty
or-
much run by head office. Like we pay levies to head office they do a lot of the negotiating and stuff and buying because they get a bit better buying power. They're buying for everyone, you know, and they get the deals and the terms, and they stock what they know sells, and we try things and things. Some things don't work, but there is a range that you can get. There's stuff we can't get because it's just not ranged by food stuff. So
Right.
it's just not allowed to get it. So
It's kind of like how
franchise.
Coca-Cola and Pepsi have brands, and like if you're using that Coca-Cola fridge in a store, you can't put Pepsi in the fridge. It's kind of like that, eh?
Yep. And we don't. Yeah, so you'll see. Yeah, we got a Coke fridge and a Pepsi fridge, but some stores are just Coke or just Pepsi because they get better rebates or whatever. We're just trying to give the customer the choice, you know, because otherwise you're giving them a choice, like you said, to go somewhere else. So and you don't want to do that. So yeah, I talk about it all the time, like with sponsorship. I'm like, oh, if I'm sponsoring you, and then sometimes you'll sponsor someone, and then you'll see them doing a raffle with stuff with the Countdown House brand on it. You're like, man, I'm giving you money and you're spending it all over.
Yeah.
It racks me, and I'm like, I'm not going to sponsor them and the stuff. Like, don't be like that. You got to calm. Sometimes I got to take a breath.
Yeah. No, but fair enough. Fair enough, though. I think that's a fair thought to have. I'd do the same thing.
Yeah, some people don't think because the cost of living, like they want to save 10 cents, and you know, I understand that. But
And saying about all the new and fresh products, something you guys are doing great right now is the social media. I shout out your team. Is it Bianca that works your socials, marketing? She does an amazing job, and I've said this to her in person and in a message. She does a great job at what she does, because the Foxton New World has a presence. You can tell it looks like a you know a great place and environment for the staff. With your TikTok videos, the social media marketing with the new items on display, and the getting the staff in there with some the giveaways and
the little
promotion.
giveaways and
You
stuff
guys
are
are
cool
doing
too.
awesome in that space, and I think that helps separate you as well because there's a personality to and behind your store.
And to be honest, shout out to Irene. She did a work with me a couple of years ago on our Facebook because I got her in, and that's how I first met her, and said, "Oh, I need some help with this Facebook thing. I really want to kick it off." And you know, what she's like, "What's the message? You know, what's the story?" you're trying
Irene
to sell?"
Wakefield.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out Irene Wakefield. Another reason, check
Irene
that
and
episode.
Irene and I are quite close. We're on a destination, another business board together as well. But she just gave us some great ideas, and we've followed through on that, and our likes have gone up. And we lost the girl that was doing it, but then Bianca's come in, and she was a bit nervous at the start, but she's cool. She comes up with some cool ideas, and because all the staff, and I'll make a dick of myself. You'll see me on TikTok just doing dumb shit, but other people won't do. Like a lot of owners don't go out there and do that kind of stuff. They don't want to be seen as a bit of an idiot. Like I don't care. Just trying. It's about engagement. It's no point putting broccolis this price, baked beans at this price, because people don't care. But we know we're not the cheapest store in the world, so unless you're 10 cents for something, then we just do community, we do engagement, we do staff, new products, anything that will drive people to listen and stuff. So it's more about telling a story about us. We do lots about our staff. The Checker of the Year the other night. We'll do silly stuff. So
That's powerful. And another huge shout out, and this is like almost like it's not a responsibility, but like we were talking about when you first started hiring at 22, you brought in 50 staff off the street or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now, like if you're looking at a supermarket and I'm looking at your hiring choices now, you're molding for the most part the next generation.
Yep.
And giving locals like the older generation a hub as well, so that they can still serve their community and be of use and have a paid job and that. And so it's quite a special role, being, the one to intake, because I work as a manager myself. I run a customer services department and I do the hiring and stuff like that too. So I'm a part of that process, and I'm about giving somebody an opportunity rather than a job. And I see that with what you do in your space. You've got this whole generation of like these same might be 16-year-olds working on the weekends and the holidays, and giving them that platform and opportunity to hopefully have the first rung on their ladder compared to where they might get to. So I see that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up, because it was one of the things I wanted to talk about. Like, I just think the youth of today, it's a little bit harder for them, and people will think I'm full of shit when I say this, but because like you go to Australia, my niece works there, she gets $16 an hour. But for me, and everyone goes on about Aussie's wages, but they've still got youth rates. So you come here, if you've got a 16-year-old, I'm paying them $24 an hour, and then I'm paying a 60-year-old $24 an hour. So the youth are looked over a lot, they're passed over a lot. So and everyone would disagree, but youth rates have really hurt the youth. Like, because it's, what do I want you, and you're 16, you're going to go and play rugby, you're going to get hurt, you're on the booze with your mates, you're going to let us down? Or do I employ the 60-year-old who's just needs to pay the mortgage, will turn up, never going to be hungover? And so the young ones aren't getting the chance they used to get, which is it's a bit of a shame. And saying that, I interviewed 4 really cool kids today with Laura, looking for a checkout job. So there are really good kids out there, and the kids we've got are really good, but I think there's a lot of competition from them now, from elderly who need a bit more money because of the cost of living and mortgages and everything else. And so it's harder for kids to get jobs. You ask the kids, it's like a couple today said they've been putting their applications in everywhere and getting no responses, and you see it online, all this. I've been applied for McDonald's 100 times and got turned down. So youth rates would definitely help the youth, but I'm not going to be able to change that. But they don't think about the consequences when they make these kind of decisions. But
so is that a government level thing, obviously?
Yeah, it's a government level. Yeah, and that'll never change now. It's hard to take rates back. So yeah, it's just how it is. And a lot of countries have youth rates. So, but I think the youth of today, they also not like this young man. Like, he was around here working my house, asking for odd jobs on the weekend years ago. Shoveling stuff. And then my mate Alex saw him. He said, "Oh, where'd you get him from?" I said, "Oh, just bring him up. He'll come and help you." And he was shoveling stuff for him and doing stuff. So he wanted the cash. He'd turn up. But the kids these days, they just want to, they're not. We have lots of courses, and we have our team come out with the course book, and these are the courses you can do. You can be an owner if you want. Of the kids that are there, none of them are putting their hands up to want to be owners. What do I do? There just doesn't seem to be the drive that there used to be.
Yeah, they have to see the ahead. Yeah. They have to plan ahead. Trev, replace it with the spare battery. The youth, I think it's probably the distraction thing. We talk about it a lot. Social media, disengagement, and I think it's damaging the way they communicate. It's damaging the way they forecast, drive and ethic. I speak on it a lot, but the social media causes that disconnect. I think in that generation really does. Yep.
And even in our generation, I think one of your guests said it the other day about how often they're spending on social media. But even I spend a lot of time on social media, not just because I've got so many platforms of my own, and the Te Auho board one, and I've got the Destination Te Auho Foxton, which is the business board, and then I've got the New World Foxton, and you're just seeing stuff popping up all the time. I'm like, you're always on your phone. I'm like, then you get carried away and you see Dilz's podcast, you're watching that for an hour, and then you're watching some other stuff. But the kids, I reckon COVID really hurt the country. And that's my opinion. It's not from a New World owners. Like, it really hurt. Everyone's staying home and getting paid to stay home and play PlayStation. I think that's really hurt us. And there's a psyche there that the government will look after us. If anything turns out, the government will look after us. It's a real issue around personal responsibility,
Yeah, well, I think in saying that, great time, I think, isn't it the government have just removed the youth job seeker benefit?
No, they've changed the threshold now. So the income in the house can only be like 65,000. I actually read that before, yeah. So if you live at home as a youth, you can't get the job seekers benefit if the household earns over 65,000 or something like that.
Right.
So it's to stop people who work getting their kids to go and sign up for the dole, and then
getting they pay board,
and then they pay board with the dole, so then they're just making more money. So it's just to stop that, I think.
And give them
I
that
don't-
$1,000 to get off the couch. Yeah,
Yeah, so that I did see that they'll put an incentive if you stay 24 months or something like that.
12 months. In
12
a job.
months
Yeah.
in a job, yeah, they'll give you $1,000 or something.
Like,
So-
here's a bonus because you keep your
18
job.
to 24 or something, yeah,
Yeah.
the age of
I think at
between
least they're
18
trying stuff, but we shouldn't be having to pay bonuses to people to go to work.
No,
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do is go to
I've-
work for fucking 12 months, not
Yeah.
get paid extra because you did it. Where's
I'm
my
real-
bonus?
Sense.
I'm
Where's
I'm
my
real,
bonus because I go to work?
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
real funny about that. I really don't like I've known people that are just sitting at home on the dole doing nothing because they just want to do that.
Yeah.
And to be quite fair, if you don't have a good enough reason to not be at work, I just lose respect because we pay you like us. We're all going out working hard. Like I said, I've just done like 2 60-hour weeks in a row to put extra money back into tax to help pay for these people to sit at home and do nothing all day, and they have no reason to. Like if you're good enough to go get a job, like at least apply. Obviously, like that. When I say within reason, I mean if people are out there actually applying, they're not getting jobs, then that's okay. But if you're not even actively applying, you shouldn't even be allowed to get the job seekers benefit. You should be applying for jobs every week.
I think community work should be in place. Like I've always thought that like all these people that are capable of working that aren't and they're getting paid by wins to do nothing and they take advantage of it because it's there to provide. I've had to twice in my life use wins. And it was when my boy came prematurely, 6 weeks, and he came at a second level 4 lockdown. So she was stuck in the hospital for pretty much the 6 weeks, and I had to go on emergency benefit because I had to watch the other 2 kids. I had to. And so I had to go on it for that 6 weeks. And I went on it recently when I had a court battle with ACC. And I came off ACC, injured back and incapacitated, and ACC were refusing to cover me because I was in court with them about it. So I had to go on the emergency benefit because I couldn't work. And then I had to pay it all back when I got paid back from ACC. I won the court case and all the money I got from wins, I had to pay it all back.
Crazy.
It got taken out of my ACC fucking court thing. So it was X amount, then they took all the tax out of it, and then they took all my wins payments out of it, and I got like
Nothing.
fuck all at the end. And so I think if they're capable and just taking advantage, then there should be something that the government puts in place that means they do X amount of community service where they're going out getting their hours, and then we could turn New Zealand into the green, clean New Zealand that we advertise it as, and make sure our shit's tidy, and we've got a community that's out there participating. And
helping the Sword Trust, weeding that river, helping Te Awaho Kai bag up the stuff.
and here's your money, but you earned it in a sense. Yeah, you can't get a job, but let's utilize
I
in
think
this.
they do like courses and stuff.
What?
I think you can do courses and stuff through it.
I think there's a lot to be said for going out and actually meeting people and getting off your bum and doing something like
100%.
And they don't see that if they're not getting paid. They don't want to volunteer, but just getting back in the workforce and meeting people and getting relationships again and learning what it's like to get out of bed every day.
But if it shouldn't be volunteering, it should be doing that to get your payment from wins. It's not volunteering per se. It should be you got
That's the
this
job.
Yeah, it's
But there's all these do-gooders saying, that's not fair. You can't make them, you know.
no, if you're
can,
capable,
though.
that's
You
the
can,
word I
though.
said, is if you're capable
Yep.
of working and you're taking advantage of the system, there should be a measure in place and it should be done smart, because if we then did that, cleaned up New Zealand, it makes our tourist industry boom because we are what we advertise and we get a better reputation and we're getting people over here and they're enjoying our country.
And we'd be able to invest our taxes back into things that are
Fuck, I
important,
should be in
like
council
infrastructure
and
that
I
sort
should
of
be
thing.
in government and I should be in parliament and I
You
should
said
be
that twice now.
I should be in
Next episode, he's going to say,
White
just so you
House-
guys know, I'm actually jumping
He's
on.
running for MP now.
I should be on the White House. I should be in Buckingham Palace.
You're going to struggle to be in all those places.
Yeah.
I know.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, tax, you know, segued into tax, you know, and that's one of the things they're saying, all these companies are all, you know, the top 10% wealth is all the wealth and they hide all their money in tax. I don't know who these people are that hide their money, because my accountant doesn't let me hide any money. Like, I just pay full tax. Everything's at 30% or 33% or 31%.
Hit up Cuzzy DJ TJ. He does perkies.
He does perky.
He knows how to hide money.
But yeah, it's interesting, eh? It's really interesting. So yeah, the tax, isn't it? But and it'll might come back to supermarket pricing again. But you know, when you're out there and you're as a supermarket, you're competing against food markets. Everyone's saying go to the local butcher or go to the food market or go to the stall on the side of the road. Don't go to the supermarket, you know. But the supermarket's got to pay GST and he's got to pay tax and he's got to pay his
Wages.
wages
And his workers.
$19,000 power bills.
He's got to pay all that, and then you go to the guy on the side of the road. You're not getting a receipt. He's probably not paying tax. He definitely ain't paying GST. So, and then everyone moans about the roads. We need to get more taxes. Well, we're self-sufficient. We're not funding our taxes because you're not giving the money to the people who are paying taxes to give it to the government. You're giving your money to someone who's not paying taxes. Yeah, the people that do that stuff will hate me for that, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
You can't moan about
That's the
stuff if
reality.
you're not going to pay the tax.
Yeah.
But then you want more tax from us.
But is the tax going in the right place? Because you said about the roads, I don't know what you know or what capacity you have in that board space, but taxpayers locally, obviously rates is one of the things that we're paying and frustrated about. What else is in that hemisphere?
So, and I'm a businessman. I'm just going to be straight up. Like, if everyone wants rates to come down, which we all want, I'm paying more rates than most people. If everyone wants rates to come down, then some kind of something has to come off. And it was only last year the council tried to take mowing the berms off, and did you see the backfire on that?
Yeah.
So the council was trying to save $200,000 or $300,000 a year. Everyone went crazy. And then,
but I don't even like mowing my own lawn, let alone
yeah.
let alone the rest of it.
But what are we going to cut out? That's what and I think the water's turning to custard, so that and the infrastructure hasn't been spent on it. Everyone can say, well, it's their fault. But it might be 20 years ago's fault. But we've got to deal with it now. Otherwise, it's going to be our grandkids' fault. So someone has to pay, and so that's the issue. Like, I don't want rates to go up at all. Like, I'll be running on it. I'm not nothing. I put my hand up for it, and the board will be for raising rates. So there'll be no bloody street parades or stuff that's going to cost money that we can't afford. Or no new fountain or signage or whatever if we can't afford it, if it's not part of the current rate structure.
Talking on that, I actually got Tom Zimmerman.
Yep.
He was telling me about some guy that has been trying to push to get a Foxton Fizz bottle put on the corner of Avenue Road and the main highway.
Yep.
On that little grass patch.
Yep.
Apparently he's like, I know someone. He gave me his details. He's like, you should get him on the podcast. So
That makes a
I'll
lot
touch
of
that now.
sense.
But yeah, he's like, we
That
should put a
makes a lot of
Foxton
sense.
Fizz bottle. You know
But
how they have,
hold on. No, Foxton Fizz haven't sponsored us.
No, but
I'm
that's,
only vouching for that idea if they hit us up and say we're going to be your drink sponsor.
yeah,
I've got a connection to Foxton Fizz.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's plug that.
But
Next episode brought to you by Foxton Fizz.
Thanks to Jason Davy.
Shop Foxton Fizz.
We need to do something around the signage to the town and the entrance with the motorway coming through and O2 and
100%.
L and like it's going to be big for Foxton, but we've got to be prepared for it. So there's a lot. That's what the board's going to help with over the next 2 years. We've got to make sure we're ready as a town for the road coming through and what that looks like. And there'll be costs because if you're going to bring more people to town, we need more houses, which means more infrastructure, which someone's got to fund all that.
Yeah.
So it's how it's all done.
And we need better water.
And we need better water.
Where is money going right now that you think it shouldn't be going?
I haven't delved into it because I'm not going for council. I'm only going for community. All I care about is Foxton. But it looks like there's a lot of wages being paid at the council. But in saying that, I employ staff and I know how expensive staff are, and they've got to compete with the council down the road at Kapiti, and Kapiti Council takes their staff. So
We should get a job at council. Fuck, it all keeps going back to me going into council. Is there any jobs
Next
going?
year he
I
might
don't
be
think he's
doing
got
it.
any time.
Any
No,
jobs going?
He'll make time. This guy's crazy.
They'd kick you out in 5 seconds.
No,
gone.
Irene said you're allowed to be you.
Yeah.
No, she said. I think she said you should be you. I don't know if she said you're allowed.
Yeah, I think we all worked out it wouldn't work.
Yeah, no. And I'm the same. I'm not going to council either because I tell them what I thought of them. But
So what made you want to go for the community board? Like you obviously already do that's the stuff for the community in itself. So why did you take the step towards being on the community board?
sometimes I second guess myself as to why I did it. But I just had a bit of hate, in the social media. I think DJ Cass anyway.
King Cass.
King Cass. So he was talking about it on social media about the crap he's been getting as well. But I get it all the time at supermarkets. I understand they listen to the media, which is just rubbish, and I'm a rich prick and I'm ripping everyone off. I get that. Sometimes I fire back.
Me too.
And foodies you can't fire back at them, but I just do because I'm not standing for this crap. Because then they just think you can be walked over. So, but I wanted to go to council because I do a lot in the community. And I just wanted just another voice. I want to help Foxton. I want to help the community. And I just think it'd be good to have some fresh voices on there. But in saying that, a good example is David Roach. He's on there. He's been on there a long time. he's bloody awesome. I'd love him to stay on there too, because you need experience too, and you need people that have been around. He loves Foxton. He lives for Foxton.
The OGs.
Yeah, and you still need some of those people. But I think, and Irene might not like me saying this, but we just thought it'd be nice to have a nice new voice. And people that are care and passionate, and in mine and Trish's case, we put our money where our mouths are. We're not just want to spend everyone else's money. I'm not doing this for the money. Trish and I got this thing coming out soon where we're going to do another scholarship thing for some local kids or sports or.
That's awesome.
Music.
We're going or music, but we're going to use people in the community to help us decide who gets it. So it's not just Jason picking his mates, which is sometimes we get that with the competitions at work. Oh, it's just Jason picking his mates, which isn't the fact. But yeah, so we're going to do this little scholarship thing. We're still working out how that works. But getting people like Tom Zimmerman in a room, and maybe the guy from the fire station down here, and someone else, and sit together. These are the applications for the money. What do you guys think? Just to get a different opinion, and then,
That's awesome.
And then split some money up, and it's coming. So I'll announce more in the next couple of weeks. But we want to keep giving back, and
That's massive, actually. So a local in Foxton might win a scholarship, so that's their funding of their schooling for the next generation.
Or it might be the
step.
schooling, or it might be, I've got a National New Zealand basketball camp, and Mum and Dad haven't got any money. It's going to cost $2,000. It's in Australia. We get to play the best in the world, and there'll be the American basketball scouts will be there, or whatever it may be. We need $2,000.
It's opportunity that you're going to help present.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So
And
shout out, bro. That's awesome. Shout out
It
to
might
you.
be $200 or $300 to someone, but it might be $1,000. Just it depends how the fund builds up and how we do that.
Yeah.
And Trish, I can hear Trish in my ear now going, "Being too generous. You're saying too much."
No,
But
that's awesome.
we're going to do something. So that's kind of the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We just wanted to make a difference, and if people don't vote for me, I'm still going to do the stuff I do in the community.
Yeah.
I said to my mates down the bowling club the other night, "You won't see me for 2 weeks if I don't get in, because I'll be sulking." But that's just ego.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
just ego,
Of course.
'cause
Of course, when you
you
put
want to think
yourself out
people
there.
like you,
Mm.
and not everyone's going to like you, and every decision you make, I've written some notes about it earlier, but every decision you make, you're going to please 50-60% of the people, and you're not going to please the other 30-40%. You just can't please everyone.
And when it comes to the social media space, like you were saying, there's a lot of negative shit going down, obviously, people talking caca. You notice that the ones that have something bad to say will likely say it, but the ones that have all the good things to say are probably not in there saying it. It's the same when it comes to customer feedback. Like, somebody has one shit experience. I used to manage an accommodation complex, and you would notice that one person had a problem with their room, or wasn't clean, or this problem happened on site. They will write about it, and you would know for a fact they're going to write about it.
Yep.
Somebody will sit there, say, "Fuck, thank you for the stay, beautiful coffee, love the pool."
Yep.
They walk out, they ain't saying nothing online.
Yep.
They're not, and it's just what happens. It's the negative and the drama and the feeding of it.
Yeah, and you'll see it on social media everywhere. But I think the feedback, this number is, if someone has a bad experience, they'll tell 10 people. If someone has a great experience, they'll tell 1 or 2. So it's 10 times more likely to feed the negative on.
I think the hardest part's going to be that there's not that many people voting either. Like, there's not enough people voting, so like it lowers the odds for everybody, because there's
That's what I reckon.
you know
And
what I
there's
mean.
less than 30%, and our thing is 9 of us running for 5 spots, so that's going to make it pretty tight. I think, depending on what kind of numbers come through. I think they ring us on Saturday, so we'll be sitting by the phone on Saturday waiting for the phone call.
Yeah.
What do they voting closes and you get the announcement at the same time?
The close at midday. They said there'll be a call around 2:00ish
Oh,
with what they know.
so it just shows how many people vote. Doesn't sound like it's going to take them long to count it.
I've been counting already,
Oh, okay.
because all the votes
So they don't
go to
tell you?
Christchurch. There's a place in Christchurch collating all the votes, and
Okay.
they'll be adding and totaling now. And so on the day they'll have
I'll
an
just add
idea.
the rest of them.
There's no live poll happening where you can kind of see
No,
who's
but
racing.
like
they wouldn't.
TV, I was quite excited thinking it would be, but yeah, it's not.
Damn. But the voting system's broken.
It's
and
hard,
we
eh?
talked to Irene about this. It's not correct for the modern time. Neither is schooling. I don't think schooling is correct for the modern time. There's just a lot of things that are too behind the time, where the more time passes and it goes so quickly, the things that are falling behind time are this is going to have an impact, because there's a whole generation getting left out. We keep saying this, like the younger generation are not involved in the politics. That's what I'm trying to do, in a sense. Like, what we're trying to do is allow there's a stigma around it, right? Voting, elections, councils, polls, stigma. People don't want to hear about it because it's Nancy Pantsy. Their vote doesn't matter. They don't care what's going on. Nobody follows it. And the politics and the system that we're working with right now, where an envelope goes in the letter box and you got to fill that in, and if you can't get that letter, for whatever reason it didn't show up in the mail, you accidentally threw it out, the kids brought the mail in, thought it went in the rubbish pile, it's still in the letter box and it's rained and soaked, whatever it might be. If you can't do it, then if you're from Foxton, you have to go and work out a time in your working week to somehow get to somewhere where you're nowhere near during your day and take a day off to do it.
Yep.
Doesn't work. It's broken.
Yep. Some of my staff are going tomorrow. It's the last chance in Foxton, I think, to do a special vote. So I think it's 3 or 4 of them going tomorrow. You know, they're just going to say, "Well, can we go tomorrow?" You go down, you know, and get it done. But yeah, you're right. It's tough. And Foxton's had less chance to do the special votes than Levin has. You know, it's a numbers game. I understand that. And Irene's been really good at pushing on her socials about voting and stuff. But I want to just go back to that Facebook comments before. You know, we're talking about when you say something negative, they'll jump on. But when I fire back, a lot of the community will stick up for you and go, "Yeah, Jason's right. He does a lot. You're a dickhead." You know. It's good when you see people doing that. So because people don't want to have drama with people they don't know, so they're not usually into it. But once I fire back, a few always add on, and then staff will add on, and their friends will add on. And so it's quite cool to see the support.
It's a community. I think I've noticed it with Dilz, and even like I've put a post up and someone's jumped on with a bad comment, and then
Ethan got his first hater.
Oh,
yeah, got a hater, and then
He didn't
jumped
handle
on
it very well.
I'd almost told him to fuck off. But he someone jumps on, and then you have like again your community. I'll call mine a community, but I think Dilz and the people that have more following is more of a community, and they'll jump on and stick up for you. So I think again, like I said at the start, you do a lot for the community, and it doesn't go unnoticed. So I think in regards to that, you are going to have a lot of people that are in your corner, but it's just what's going to happen at the end of it is, are all those people going to vote? And hopefully they are.
that's right.
Because that's the biggest issue really is.
Yep.
We're
And
not,
if they
we're not getting
don't,
it.
then that's what it's hard for us to. I've always voted, but it's hard if you don't vote to then moan about everything. You know, you've got to at least try. And if you want to change things, then try.
But that's why I'm kind of wanting to learn and understand and have ask all the questions that I ask of the people that are sitting in our seats.
Definitely.
Because I want to moan about it, but know what I'm moaning about.
Well, I also want to know more about it so that when I do go and vote, like I said with the last few episodes, I've taken so much away from them that I didn't know before, and I'm asking these questions because I genuinely want to know because I can't go and vote without knowing. Like I'm not going to personally go and vote just because I think I like that person. Like I need to know more about what's going on and what their values are and their morals and that sort of thing, so that I can know that I'm going to pick them. And it's going to be the right decision.
Have you voted yet?
Well, I haven't had a chance, but it's always when I'm working.
The vote's closed this week.
Tomorrow.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
Saturday's
Tomorrow's
midday.
the special vote.
Tomorrow's the special day.
Well, I'm a
if you haven't
special
got,
vote.
if you haven't got papers, it's
I haven't
tomorrow
got papers,
between
no.
9 and 12. That's it.
Do you know how to get them fixed so that they come to your address? Because I didn't receive
You won't get
anything.
it now, but you can get it for the next election. So what you do at the special vote, you tell them, and they'll make sure you're on the roll and it comes to your right address. But this election, you have to do it.
Next elections in 3 years?
Or the next government elections for the next one. So that's next year.
Because would
well,
mine still be going to like the last time I ever voted, like Upper Hutt?
Yeah,
It'll
they
be
could
going to my old
or
address.
your last address.
Oh, what the hell?
No shit. By the next elections, the system needs to be worked on. Like you can't be ran like this and
Online
have
stuff.
20%.
It needs to be like QR
20
code, and then you have to do like you scan your license. You know how you can do like
Yeah, because they want to make it secure that they know that you're
a verify app.
not
But there's
all these
heaps of
cheap voting.
there's
that-
heaps of verification layers to things now, like authentificators and all the rest of it. But at this,
Authentificators.
like we've got
multi-factor authentication is what he's trying to say.
yeah. So what we've got Foxton, and there's you said not even 30% of the people who voted. So there's 20-something% are voting in the people that are going to help make the decisions, which means it, like how's like the
It
community
could still be the wrong people. Yeah.
is the community's not having their say.
No.
And there's a whole generation that's not.
Yeah.
The oldies are probably doing what they have always done and going to the mailbox, getting their papers and voting.
And they said this will be the biggest election because the rates rises across the country has been such a hot topic. They said they think they'll get more votes than ever. So this last week might be a big tsunami of votes. I hope it is. But that's what they thought it would be, the biggest election ever. Like for local body, because the rates are an issue everywhere.
But
Do you
we're at
know what
20%.
the time of the votes is tomorrow?
9 till 12
9 till 12.
at the library.
Okay.
Gallo newsroom. But yeah, back to that, I agree. We need to do more online. And I heard Irene last week is saying, "Oh, I'm not buying signs or flyers; they're a waste of money. I'll get you later, Irene." But yeah, I did signs and flyers.
Yeah.
It was my first election. I was like, I don't want to lose. If I'm going to do this, I'm doing this full tit.
Yeah.
So I did everything, and I thought the ones that are older than me, or even my age, they like something to look on. I've had people send me photos. This is your thing on my fridge with the my face thing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if someone makes a paper dart out of it, then that's cool as well. It's 30 cents, whatever. So someone's had some fun, but
Yeah.
it's getting that balance right and we're not all social media geniuses.
That's what I was going to
Yeah,
say. It depends on
100%.
the person as how they're going to use to
And
market
Irene's
themselves.
so smart. She's done such a great campaign. Like she'll easy get in.
Yeah.
How many people are there? How many people get in?
9 for 5 spots.
Oh, so it's almost 50-50.
Yeah. So you got a 50-50 chance. And some people have campaigned harder than others, you know, so just depending on the day and, you know, and who's liked and who's not. And
Yeah. Is there only 2 people going for mayor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see
Justin
that.
and Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I think it's going to be closer than everyone thinks.
Mm.
I think it's going to be the closest race, I think. I'll be surprised to see what happens there.
I'm not aware of who Bernie is.
He's the current
the
mayor.
Levin.
Last
So
6
he's the
years,
current.
He's mayor, yeah.
done
Okay.
two terms, so he's going for his 3rd term.
Right.
He's a nice guy too. They're
Yeah.
both nice guys, different sides of the spectrum on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But both really nice guys, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there.
Cool.
Obviously, Justin's more Foxton based and Bernie's more Levin based. But
Yeah.
there's a bit of a Levin imbalance with Levin's got more votes.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Can you vote in Levin at the moment? Like special vote?
Yep.
When's that?
They've got lots of dates and times.
I
at the
might have
council
to get
buildings.
down there because I kind of want to vote Justin. I want to say that out loud.
Well, you can special vote tomorrow at
I
Newstrom.
can't. I mean, I'll work out of Foxton.
Oh,
Work in
Levin.
Levin. Yeah.
Yeah, there's heaps of spots in Levin. I think I put them up on the Foxton page the other day, the New World Foxton page. They're on there. Irene will have on her page, and they'll be on the Orifenua page.
We said to Alan that Foxton, and not necessarily just Foxton, but council or region or township wise, I don't know. But we need to be doing more on a social media space to market like a weekly notice board. Like
Yep.
this is what's coming, this is
Yep.
what's on this month in Foxton,
Yep.
and then just have everything. Because I think a lot of things just like get overlooked and we don't even realize it's happening till it's on, and then it's too late and nobody's got plans to be able to get there. And
Council's doing a better job on that on their destination management stuff. They're working a lot harder on that with Destination New Zealand and our Destination Tower Foxton group's working with them. There's going to be a lot more coming out. Just everything's slow, like it's a big wheel to turn. It's like turning the Titanic, getting stuff done quickly at council. You have to. We were going to do our own page, but you have to work with them. Like you have to be with the council because they do a lot of the events. You don't want to have 2 different pages going. You want to all be singing off the same song sheet. So things just take a little bit of time, but it is coming. That stuff's coming.
good.
And they're trying a lot more. Like I think they're trying at the council. So some people won't agree with me there, but just from what I see, they're trying. You know,
I can imagine it'd be quite a full-on job,
Mm.
like to do that.
and they get a bit of abuse too.
You can't
know?
please everybody.
Yeah, that's right. And so everyone says, "Well, get the rates down." I said, "Well, they've got to get income from somewhere. So if the rates come down, you know what the other income is." I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Parking meters, fines, infringement,
Nah, get rid of all of those. No more fines.
dog licenses, all that stuff."
Fuck fines.
So, TJ, are you keeping an eye on these
Yeah, I
swearing?
can see him doing it every time. Peripherals. Yeah.
However many.
I'm doing $5 at a time, mate. So
We'll
yeah,
drop
so-
one then. No.
I'm saving them. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens when the new councils and then they get the long term plan and they work out what they want to do. Everyone knows the public wants to pay less rates,
Yeah.
and it should be capped to inflation. Like I agree, and the government might have to do. The government could put a law saying you've got to cap rates at inflation, which means the councils couldn't put rates up more than whatever the inflation rate was at the time, 2% or whatever.
Yeah.
But as it comes down, like obviously the OCR is coming down.
Yep.
Which means the banks and the mortgage rates and the loans and the interests are all coming down.
Yep.
Why will the rates not follow?
It depends how they've linked because we borrow, like the council's borrowed, there's debt, so I don't know what their loan repayments are, if they've fixed their loans. You know, if they'd fixed it on a 5% rate, the OCR coming down is not going to help them.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to borrow more. So yeah, I'm not sure how their cash works at the council, but you're never going to see rates go backwards, are you?
See, that's shit. And then you get stuck in this stupid. I was thinking about, we're talking about before, the grind and hustle and, you know, the mentality of youth. I used to, at 12 years old, work at Tackle Tactics on the weekends and after school between 3 and 5.
Yep.
And I did $5 an hour.
Yep.
And now a minimum wage job's like $25 an hour.
Yep.
And that wasn't even that long ago. And it's because of the stupid like shit that's happening in the economy with the pricing.
Yep.
Shit's going up, not coming back down. When do the wages stop going up?
Yep.
You know, like, and what happens is the minimum wage goes up and then
and the
your
higher
higher
wages
wage doesn't go up, but it's stupid. The
I
system's
noticed that
fucking
too,
shit.
and it annoyed me because I worked so hard to get
to
qualified to get a good
gap,
money, and then
now
I'm
it's
like,
creeping up behind you.
I
Like, what
see
the fuck?
I see people doing jobs that like literally is entry level job.
Hey, what do
and
you
they
want?
get paid, like,
$25?
$35, and I'm like, you earn almost as much as me, and I'm a qualified tradesman.
Yeah.
But
You
that's not
know?
even that much over minimum.
But it's so crook. Like,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
understand how they can do
getting
that.
gap's tough, you know. As the minimum wage rises every year, you know, that's tough to keep that gap. And it's not fair on the ones at the top, you know. It's not fair.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I don't,
it is what it is at the end of the day.
It
It's
is
still
kinda-
good.
it is-
I'm on good money, but like it just like it's almost frustrating about how much time and effort it takes for us tradies and even anyone that's doing degrees and that sort of thing. They're spending all this time and money getting to that space, and then someone can walk in off the street into an office job and get paid like $30+ an hour. And I like, fair enough, cool. It's hard in itself, but like, yeah, I just why, yeah.
So many people are
I don't know.
jumping
I'm
the
just
ditch.
I'm just
You know,
ranting.
a lot of people jump the ditch to Australia and that though, because financially and that and economy wise, it makes more sense, right? That's what happens. Is people get frustrated with our own system and go leave it to go elsewhere, and then there's outcry of, oh my god, our Kiwis are going to Australia. Wonder what could have happened. Why are they going there?
Yeah. And you'll see the odd one where they say, I'm coming back because they missed the family and stuff, and you take the good with the bad. It's like Foxton's a small town, and everyone says, oh, we don't have this and we don't have that, but we have wide streets, we don't have car park meters, we don't have traffic lights. We have this lots of cool things.
Because we are still a town.
Yeah, we're little, you know. So like we've got to take the good with the bad. Yeah, no, it's interesting.
What about we talked about a bit earlier the police priorities in that. Now, something I have always thought is that Foxton doesn't have enough police presence. And as somebody who's had my shit broken into by the same scums that are probably shoplifting your shop, I've done, you know, fucking so many times I've had to, you know, communicate with the police, and it's a frustrating process because like I've had my cars broken into and nobody even shows up to have a look at it, but it's because of resourcing and that. And then at the same time, it's happening at night time when there's no police in town, there's no presence, there's nobody actually to do any security, anything. So what's your thoughts on, as Foxton grows, you're talking about the infrastructure and stuff like that, but the population's growing, the township's growing, what we have here is growing. Now there's Robert Harris there, and that's a prime target for some people, and you know, whatever. Well, what about like the police, like presence? Do you think that needs to be increased?
Well, the numbers are going to need to go up as the population goes up. Everyone knows it. It's how they do that, and how if they prioritise Foxton over Levin. That seems to be, once it comes 4 or 5 o'clock, the cops are all out of Levin. So if something happens at night, you've got 20 minutes before they get here. And that's a real concern, you know, if something major goes down.
Definitely.
So yeah,
they don't take a break at night. Like the dickheads don't
that's
stop.
where most of the
That's
shit
the
happens.
that's
It
what, yeah.
happens.
That's
It's
because they
prime-
know
it's
though.
prime time.
Yeah.
That's
So
the issue.
And they do know, and the presence is a bit more like the other day. I saw 2 down here the other night, which was weird. So I don't know whether they're on the drink driving buzz or, but they need to be here more. And we all know that. And they're just going to say it's down to numbers and money, Jason. And you know, so
They aim to do 2 trips, because I did scope. I was in police recruitment, and they do 2 trips to Foxton each night. But what? So people will just go do shit outside of that 2 trips. Like it's just yeah. I'm not a fan of that. I think that needs improvement. And as the community grows and as Foxton economy builds, I think we need more protection in that space.
yeah, one of our girls just left last year and went to the police
Jade.
college. Yeah, Jade.
Shout out, Jade.
Yeah, Jade out to Jade. She's done an amazing job. So she's a policewoman out of Levin.
I know. I see it funny when she's driving around in the cop car. I'm like, that just doesn't look right to me.
Yeah, no. I need her to pull me over so I can tell her she owes me a favour. I'm not getting a ticket, but we'll see what happens. But no, yeah, an amazing job. But yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be a police woman or man these days. The way people are, you know.
And the wages.
Yeah.
Like I was going
for the crap.
I was going down that track. Like I said, I was in police college. I got kicked out, but I get paid more now than what the police get paid at, you know, constable level. And it's like, shit,
It's a real service.
my life's not at risk. Like
That's right. That's what I mean. You can get stabbed or anything can happen. You know, I'd be
police
worried.
officer just got shot in South Auckland today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. I hate to just jump around, but work-life balance. We were talking about that before. Like back in our day, there was no such thing as work-life balance. You know, if you wanted more money, you'd do another 20 hours a week. You know, like you're doing overtime. That
Yeah.
The kids these days, can you work? Nah, I need that day off. I've done 5 days this week. I'm like, mate, you're always broke. You're always coming to me for more money. Yeah, I don't want to work any more hours. It's just
They just want that minimum wage to keep going
I
up.
like it.
It's a real difference.
It's like when I got the phone call on Saturday, I was like, oh, I'm going out for dinner. Like I was a bit gutted, but I was like, actually, I get paid time and a half. That's a shitload of money. I'm going to work. He's like, do you reckon you can come in? hell yeah, do you mind? No. Yeah, I'm coming in. Hell yeah. Like, I love it. Like,
Have you got the wife that backs you up in the family? And that's what I was saying earlier, like everyone thinks, I've got a silver spoon or I'm a rich prick, but my kids missed out on a heap, when I was working my ring out, and they don't even remember how much they missed out on, but my wife knows. But now I'm a bit freer and I've got a bit more money. I'm not lying. I'm not saying I'm broke. I've got a bit more money, so my grandkids get really spoiled. And the kids are like, oh, we never got that. I'm like, yeah, well, you didn't get that, so that now we're in the situation where your kids can get that.
Yeah, you worked to create the life that everybody's having. You came from nothing. You built from the trolley boy at 16 to now you own a supermarket and you're paying $3 million reverberations. That's a story in itself. That's huge. That's massive.
And you want to be able to set up the family for the future, because it is going to be harder for our kids and grandkids. See,
buy a house.
You want to be able to leave something because, like as I said, Trish and I got no inheritance, and so. And I'm not saying that was bad. Our parents did the best they could do. We never wanted for anything. We always ate, but we just, when Trish and I met, we both didn't have phones. And that sounds a bit weird. And that was 92. So it wasn't that long ago. So my parents got the phone cut off. Her dad didn't have a phone. And so how we communicated, I don't know. She would drive to me or I would drive to her.
Make it happen. But there's a will, there's a way.
But no phones. And back in that day, everyone had a phone. So we came from poor backgrounds, poor houses. And there were different reasons for, Trisha's got a different story, and you should try and get her on the podcast. I don't know if she would, but she's obviously a lawyer, but she likes to coach people. She's doing neuro-linguistic programming courses, and she just really tries to help people get over addictions and all kinds of stuff.
That's awesome.
Fun to see, because that would be an awesome conversation.
She would be amazing. You'd need 4 or 5 hours because she can talk better than me. But yeah, she and just her journey going from dropping out of school to being a lawyer and getting pregnant real early. We were together 6 weeks and we got engaged. She was pregnant 2 months later. So our story was real quick, man.
But you're talking about
sometimes though, eh?
Yeah, and it's been tough. Like everyone said it's not going to last, and she's done well to stick with me. Like I've made a lot of mistakes too. Like the tough things are tough, but you just made them work.
That's marriage.
So I think it's 33, 34 years now. So that's
awesome.
But yeah, it's not. We still battle. She's a different personality than me. We don't agree on everything. She's a lot more left and I'm a bit more right, And
I deal with that too.
Opposites attract.
Yeah, man. I deal with that all the time. Yeah. But again, it's marriage, eh?
And I love a beer and she's not into it. But, I'm still a quintessential New Zealander Kiwi who likes to watch the rugby, watch the league, put a bet on the horses, have a pint,
Were you having a beer before we jump into rapid fire questions?
Will I have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have a beer. Yeah, definitely.
Might as well crack one now. Didn't you say you brought one?
Yeah, I bought one.
For the potty?
Are we nearly at rapid fire?
Oh, well, we'll get there in a minute. I just noticed you hadn't made a start.
As you get old, Dilz, you need to go to the toilet more. So I was like, I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, I've been holding for the last 15 minutes, but I didn't want to be rude and say I need to go to the toilet, but I just keep fidgeting because I'm like,
we're allowed to go, are we? I was like, come here.
You're not, because we'll be left here talking to ourselves.
I've got a couple of questions.
Before we get into that, you're talking about hard work, and like I relate and resonate to what you said about like I'm good, bro. I got my Red Bull. I don't drink. I've been
awesome
off trying to drinking since January. A trip to Rarotonga. I got a story about my Rarotonga trip that I'm going to tell for the first time to everybody. I don't even think I told mum and dad. I told Arohali, my wife, that when it happened, I was going to save it for the podcast, and because you just cracked a beer, and for some reason Rarotonga came up. I haven't been drinking since Rarotonga. I'm going to tell that story, but before I do. Making a statement about what we do here, and I work full time as a manager. So Monday to Friday, 8:30 till 5 p.m. My time slot in my life is this, and then I've got to balance everything else that I do behind the scenes, which is organising the Minifest, doing the podcast. I do all the background edit, the back end editing and scheduling and all that for the podcast too. So that takes up a lot of my week to come between each episode. And then there's the music, managing King Cass, the apparel. And, go into care design and have business meetings every Saturday. And it's crazy because, I work a full-time job, and then it's almost like I do a whole nother full-time job. But that's because that's me trying to create something so that I can have a something. You know what I mean? Like, that's that hard work, that dedication, that putting in that grind so that you can try and get. And you talk about that sacrifice. You lose all this hours with your kids. Like, we're here at 7 p.m. on a Monday. His kids are inside and my kids are at home, and we're not there to put them to bed. So it's just hard because there is... that old-fashioned grind is still around. It's just, that's kind of what we're trying to do at the moment, is just build and build and build and that sacrifice that comes with that, all the hours lost and investment.
And you're showing everyone too. So I think that's the best thing you can do is show others that it is possible, and DJ TJ's doing it too. But you've got to put it in. You've got to put the sacrifice, and you've got to have some people that are keen to look after your kids and cook everyone dinner and stuff, so you can do what you got to do.
Yeah, and shout out to my wife because I just got home to a pesto pasta with all the veggies and salads and that because I'm back on the healthy grind. I started back at the gym today.
Yeah,
I did it. I made it. I
went
started.
to the gym too.
Yeah, so I'm back. Mental health week this week.
Yeah.
So to start off mental health week, back at the gym, mind right, body right.
Yeah.
So that's a journey in itself. So I'm looking forward to what's to come there. But I got home, dinner was made. It was healthy in line with my going back to gym, and she gave me praise on. She watched Irene's podcast and she said about how good it was, and I was like, "Fuck, what an uplifting everything to now just come into here and do this because I know she's holding it down. I'm sacrificing, but she sees it and she understands the vision too, and it takes a collective or a unit in that. Like you talk on that a bit too because you're going through this world of sacrifice alongside me now.
Yeah.
Welcome to my world, bro. How do you like it?
Oh, it's good. It's good. I think I align a bit with what you were saying about how you worked a lot and you're away from home and, you know, like your kids didn't notice it, but your wife does. Like, I feel that as well. Cause like Nye will sometimes say like, oh, make sure, like she used to just almost remind me that any second that I have at home, I need to be very present. So like today I had to go and get a haircut. Shout out Foxton Barber and Beauty.
Foxton Barber Beauty, go get your haircuts if you're local to Foxton. Shout out Rakib.
Yeah. So I had to go get a haircut. So I ended up getting home a little bit late. I had to have a shower, but then I got out the shower. I came in and gave my wife some time in the kitchen, that sort of thing. And then I went and read the kids a book and stuff like that, just so that coming out here for tonight, I wasn't taking too much away from them. I was still allowing that time because I get like a guilt that I haven't given them enough time in the day. Like I'll lie in bed at the end of the night and get like upset because I haven't given them enough time. Yeah. So I think just trying to balance everything has been the hardest thing, but I think we're slowly, like we've got a routine now. So
schedules are important.
Yeah, so I know when I'm going to be doing this and when I'm going to be doing that. And I timed my morning gym sessions for the off days of the podcast. So I'm at least home at the night or home in the morning because I go in the mornings for the gym. So now I've kind of got like at least every day they're going to get a little bit of extra time either in the morning or at night time. So I think, juggling for me was the biggest thing, but definitely this is a lot of work. The podcast and the music videos and that. And then obviously my job's pretty full on because I'm on call every other bloody day. So
it's interesting the gym thing for both of you. Like I'm real self-conscious because I put on a heap of weight. Like I was used to be thin and active and stuff.
I used to see you at the gym in Levin.
I joined all the time, and I joined the gym with Dan, and he rings me all the time. Oh, Jace, you've been a member for a long time, but I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
I'm contributing, Dan.
Do you get emails? Did you get emails? I see emails. Hey, we miss you, and I'm like, damn, I obviously haven't gone enough. So
and you just get busy with life, and it's I talked about it earlier. It's about taking personal responsibility. So this is all on me. It's no one else's fault. I can say I'm busy and I keep eating shit food, but it's my decision to eat shit food. It's my decision to have a beer.
You can have excuses or results. You can't have both.
that's
I live by
saying,
that. I live by it, bro. I saw it on the wall at the gym when I was 14 and it's engraved.
Yeah.
I live by it. Everything. I apply it with everything I do. Work, life, everything. Excuses or results.
If you get Trish on, her and I went to Bali and did we did 15 days on water only, just water.
Oh, I've done I think I did 48 hours or 72 hours. I did a fast. Do you remember when I did that?
Yeah.
How long did I do it for? 72 hours?
I think it was 72.
Yeah, I did a 3-day.
Yeah, we did 15. I never thought I'd be able to do it. And I went over with her and she was amazing. But
Wait, in Bali?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to be eating all the different island
we
food?
went into a retreat and there was just everyone was doing the same thing. There was a guy there, you were doing sound healing and yoga and trauma release and massages and keeping you away from all the temptations. So it was easy. And when you go back to New Zealand, you just fall back into the same habits. But they taught you a lot of stuff about your body. I lost 15, 16 kilos. Trish lost 12 kilos.
I can imagine. You didn't eat.
Man.
Wow.
Amazing.
You didn't eat for 15 days.
Yeah. Everyone said you'll die. But it was.
Did you have these like barley sugars?
Nah, no, nothing.
No, just water.
Yeah. And we had fruit at the end on the 15th or 16th.
It's like the 400-hour famine.
You'd want to be careful about what you indulge in after that. Because
your digestive system. And you do colonics.
Do you still shit?
Yeah, yep. But you're doing colonics as well. So,
what's that?
I don't know, like throw water up your bum or something?
Water up your bum, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
You're doing them every day.
It's like a butt chug.
Why? Why?
Because it's part of the digestive thing, just cleaning out all that stuff.
Who's
Talk to Trish about
it's
it.
a
She'll
cleanse
talk to you about
who's
it.
aiming it
I
at
don't
your
want
butt?
to talk. Or over
It'll
in
be like a
Bali,
doctor or something.
there's a lady sitting right there talking to you. Well, it's
Oh, it's a lady.
just talking to you about it.
Oh, I don't know
Then you
about
give
that.
them a tip at the end. You're giving them $10. Just feel really bad about it. Like that's
Because she
your job.
had
That's what
to
you're
just-
doing all day, you know. But she's massaging your tummy while the water's going up there and
Oh.
explaining all kinds of stuff that's come out. Yeah, this is coming out. I'm like, mate, what a job.
Hey,
I
corn.
actually, I watched, do you know who Fisher is? He's like a DJ from Aussie.
No.
Oh, so he's like a DJ. But I watched a story the other day and he went and got a colonic. So that's why I know what a colonic is, because I watched it and he's like talking about how like crazy it is, but how good you feel after getting it done.
And
Should-
I was like, should we go and get one done?
Should we do a review?
We should do a review.
Should we actually?
Take King Cash there.
He'll be like, sure.
Yeah, so this is, it's amazing what you talk about on these things, but yeah. So it's definitely Trish's one to talk to. But
Can
you
we
know,
use that as the headline? The title of the
Colonics
YouTube?
in Bali.
I'll get crap about having too much money to go to Bali. So
Oh,
yeah.
nah, man, that's all good.
I think it just brings me back to podcast with the conversation I said I'll tell on the podcast from Rarotonga. So
Oh, right, yeah,
in
yeah.
January, that was my previous fitness goal. I was like, I'm going to get in the best shape I possibly can. So I was working my ass off every day in the gym, trying to get in the best shape I could to go to Rarotonga. So when I went back and looked at the bros, like wedding photos and our holiday photos and that, I didn't feel self-conscious.
Yep.
And so I did. I put my work in and I got over there. And I performed over there. So that was a part of the trip. It was my bro's wedding, as well as I did 2 performances at the hula bar.
Yep.
And I ended up performing at the Vodafone over there as well for their 5th birthday celebration, I think it
Nice.
was. So it was kind of like a work trip at the same time. It was
Yep.
cool. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved the people. I loved the culture. I loved the environment. It was an awesome destination.
Yep.
I'd love to go back. And we've got a vlog coming too. I'll put that on the YouTube channels very shortly at some point. But whilst over there, it was the wedding day / night. And I think it was like the end of the night, 2 o'clock in the morning. Wifey had already gone home and it took or whatever it is over there.
Yeah.
No, that's Thailand.
Tuk-tuks in Thailand.
Yeah, no, this must have been a taxi.
Oh, yeah.
But wifey had gone home and back to the hotel, and she was across at the Hula Bar Hotel, which was like by the airport, and we were on the other half or other side of the island. We were at a resort. I can't remember what one it was. And I had to get home from there to there, but my phone was like about to die. I had no data, internet, or anything like that, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and so I was like, "Fuck!" And so I just started walking the road, thinking I'm just going to start walking home, and maybe there'll be a car or something that passes. And I haven't even told you the story, but this dude, this fellow on a motor scooter, pulls up, and I'm drunk too. Like I'm like fucking box and a half Coronas deep. Like I've just had a long night at my bro's wedding as like, you know, his right hand man. Like it was a fucking good night. And I'm stumbling my way home in the dark with no fucking phone, and it's, you know, drunken walking.
Yeah.
And he pulls up with his motor scooter. He goes, "Well, what you do? Where you going in there?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm trying to get to the hula bar in there." And he goes, "I'll jump on." And so I jumped on, and we're cruising up the street. I'm thinking, "Oh, this is cool." I think I took a selfie and like took a video and posted it and shit like that. Like I'm on the back of this bike with this dude. And then he pulled over, and he was like, there was headlights coming towards us. He goes, it might be police. We need to pull over because don't have a helmet.
Yeah.
So I pulled over, and we're in the bush. And then he starts talking to me about the rest of the trip home and what I had to do to get home.
Oh,
So he wanted me to service
him.
Yeah. And so
Wait, what?
yeah, like this fella, bro, this, like, I don't know what ethnicity he was, but he was a local to Rarotonga. And he was like, I don't know exactly how the conversation went because I was drunk and a little bit enraged once he had suggested this payment. But he basically, I think he wanted me to like suck him or fuck him. I don't know. One of the two. Anyways,
You got home.
Anyways, I told this cunt like the what ups and shit, but at the same time, like I'm reserved, like I'm drunk and this is some dude, and I'm like, fuck, does he got a knife on him? Like we're just in this woods now, like we're just in this woods, it's dark.
So you're like, oh, fine.
Yeah, so I give him the what ups, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck, like I don't know, is he gonna attack me? I've never been in this situation. I'm foreign country,
Yeah,
and
that's
like, fuck, he's what's happening here? And then he starts apologizing, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I've got a wife too. She lives in." I was like, "You're fucking taking me home to my wife. Why would I fuck you? Like, do the maths here, bruv."
Yeah.
And then he had a wife, I think, in whatever country, and he was trying to talk about if he couldn't afford for them to get over, or he couldn't afford to get back, or something down the lines of that. So he started talking to me about that. I guess probably felt guilty or something. And then he goes, "Stay here, I'll come back with a helmet." And now I'm drunk in the middle of nowhere in the forest, fucking on the way up the street in Rarotonga, like 2 o'clock in the morning, no phone, and it's pitch black. Like, there's no street lights, no fucking lights. It's dark.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I'm waiting and nothing happens. And it's like, however much time passes, I'm just going to start walking back up the road. I'm walking up the road, and this cunt, he comes back and he has a helmet. And he actually went, I don't know where he went, but he went somewhere, went and grabbed me a helmet. I jumped back on the back. I got a helmet on this time, and for the selfies, I'm videoing me going up the street again in this moped thing.
I think you sent me that video.
Probably. It was fun. But then what happened is we got towards this space where you go around this bend, and all the art murals are all on the fencing, the concrete fencing, and we're getting around that, and it starts pissing down like a thunderous storm, like all this rain is almost hail, and it's like going straight at us, and we're on this little moped, and so he has to go park up underneath this petrol station, which was like closed and shit, obviously. And then we were stuck under there with each other for an hour.
Are you kidding?
With this guy that had made that suggestion.
Oh, so you paid him.
No, I made it very clear. No, we fucking stuck there for an hour with the cunt now. Like, I ended up, telling him, "No, I work and, and live in New Zealand and blah blah blah." So I actually agreed to get him a job over here.
Oh,
yeah.
when
and
he
so
comes.
So when you were drunk.
That's how I got my ride home. Is he's actually got my email address, and he sent me a few emails.
Actually,
It was just lucky I gave him a fake phone number, but the email address, because we're sitting there, he's like, "I'll send you an email now." I'm like, "Fuck." So fuck, I was there with
he
it.
might be watching this, and he'll be like, "Fuck that guy."
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck
Talking
you.
about me.
Yeah, fucking him.
He's lying. He paid me.
But next morning was a little bit of a strange story to tell, with wifey. What time did you get home? Don't even tell me. Don't even want to talk about it. Like, it was different, and I haven't told anybody about that other than
Now everybody knows.
Now everybody knows. So don't go to Rarotonga.
Don't go.
Don't go.
Weird...
You might get unexpectedly
remember his
picked
name?
up. Nah.
Oh.
Ethan's trying to catch up with him.
Check.
Do you want me to find his email?
No, I'm just thinking, watch out for this guy.
Nah. I can't remember his name, but
Fuck.
that was different. And that was weird.
That was not what I was expecting.
No, me neither.
So he's going to rob you.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, so did I. But hey, moral of the story is I had a really good night, made some memories,
He did too.
and I got home.
And he's got a story to tell.
And what happened in between that is no one else's business.
That's funny.
Yeah. But that was Rarotonga for me. But Brother E, you had some rapid fire questions.
Oh, before you do that, can I just wrap up on something or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry. So I know we're running out of time, but I just wanted the main street in Foxton, like, well, not just the main street, the whole town of Foxton, but I don't know if you've noticed the main street, like, we've filled the whole street up. Mm-hmm. Like, if you go to most small towns in New Zealand, there's empty shops everywhere. I know Dilz has been looking for somewhere to do some work as well.
I appreciate that you've seen that.
On the right hand or the left hand side, it's all, and Charlie and Chrissy are landlords. Big shout out to them. Like, they've painted all their buildings, and Trisha's painted hers, and there's a lot of everyone's trying really hard on that side of the street. It's looking really good. But they're all good people. Like the Foxton Windmill, they bring in 60,000 people a year to Foxton. So shout out to them as well. It's amazing how many people climb that windmill that you just wouldn't know. That's a huge number. But Robert Harris, and all the shops down the beach, everyone's trying their best, so I think that the town's really pumping ahead.
Care Design, shout out to them.
Yeah, Alistair and his wife do a great job. They've done a bit of work for me. I don't know if you've seen Newington's bookshop. She's pretty new.
That's awesome.
That's
I went there on the week.
shop.
The weekend before. Yeah,
Great
no,
for
that's
the kids,
awesome.
and it's bringing people from out of town because it's an old school bookshop and there aren't many around. So there's a new Fossicking in Foxton, which is there's 28 people have joined together to put all their different stuff in an area of the shop, and they have turns managing it. I might not have got the whole details right.
Oh, what are they called?
Fossicking.
Yeah, I've seen that. I
went in there on Sunday and I said, I've seen your social media, so I thought I'd come in and she goes, oh, we've only been open a day, so you've done well. So I went in there and bought some stuff on Sunday. They just said some different stuff.
Where's that based?
It's right opposite the police station.
Right opposite.
I was at the police station on Main Street down the other end of it.
Well, by the
Centre
barber
Town,
shop,
Centre
where
Town,
you were
by the barber
thinking-
shop.
Yeah, that's where I
Just
wanted
down
to
here.
go.
That's the shop
where,
that- yeah, that's the
where I
shop
wanted
that
to
you were
get.
looking
If I
for.
was to get somewhere, I wanted to be that because I want to set up a music studio,
Yep.
as well as the podcast space,
Yep.
where the music studio can be hired out to
People.
youth and artists and
Yep.
do workshops, programs, and then the podcast studio space, same thing. We could allow youth to come in and have their own station. We could, that's what I really envisioned, and then having the apparel brand running as a side thing through the shop.
Perfect.
But now with Care Design, they kind of came in
Yep.
right when I had that thought in my head, and then we ended up just
Yeah,
collaborating.
Alistair's
And then-
smart too. He's a smart guy.
He's
so.
doing
And
awesome.
then we have the podcast studio, and then you have the studio. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
I've
could
got-
do it
You're pretty
at different spots.
Yeah.
You're pretty sorted. You want to keep your expenses low, so rent's not saying you want to be thinking about more rent, but you guys need to think about that. But just back to the story. So yeah, the community's doing really well. Obviously we're sponsoring a lot of people, but just want to tell one of my favorite things about Foxton since I've been here is sponsoring their rugby club.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
God, I've forgotten his name, but anyway, Robin Harpy
Yes.
came to me with Tom 9 years ago and said, "Oh, can you want to help out?" None of the other guys have ever sponsored the rugby club, so we got involved. We've done it every year for 9 years, and we sponsor the netball girls and the juniors. Like they do an amazing job with their rangatahi and all the kids and all the families. Like they're bringing everyone together, trying to make it a bit more upmarket. There's not as much, boozing in front of the families. They're trying to make it a family club.
Yeah.
They've done a great job. But my favourite story from Foxton is when I went down after I'd had a knee replacement a year or so later, and finally got to pull the Foxton rugby jersey on. So I played for the Prezzies team.
I remember.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the best time of my life. Well,
Yeah.
well, I don't mean that, Trish, but yeah.
The culture's amazing down
Yeah.
there, though. Eh?
But it was nice to pull the jersey on because I played for Paraparam for 20 years, so I'd only ever played against Foxton.
Yeah.
And so it was good to put the jersey on and play, and even to get to the final of the Prezzies that year, and we won it. Played with Matt Harvey and people like that.
That's
Yeah.
my cousin.
Yeah. So, and they're all great people. So, and you got on the bus on the way home, just got on the Terps big time, with the boys, and it was good. It was
Yeah.
a good club to be a part of. But here's my story. So I was playing for Paraparam. It wasn't against Foxton, or it could have been. I couldn't tell you. I was playing Bs for Paraparam. So in the front row, I was hooker. And we were playing against someone, and then halfway through the second half, coach says, "Oh, we're going to move you back. You're going back to prop." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so I'm going to prop. Who's taking my place?" So they brought on this 15-year-old, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, what's he going to do against these guys? It's Bs, and we're playing big old guys. What's he going to do? He'll be good. He'll be good." His name was Dane Cole. So
Yeah, I was going to say, was it Dane Coles?
Yeah, so that's my claim to fame was I was
Yeah.
subbed off for Dane Coles, and I was like, what's he going to do?
That's what I was telling you about when we went down and played in Paraparam, and I was walking up and down the sideline with that ex-All Black. That's
Oh, yeah,
Dane
yeah,
Coles.
yeah,
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 yeah.
oh,
That's,
yeah.
as soon as you said Paraparam, I was like, I wonder if he played with Dane Coles.
Yeah.
I think you planted a seed for podcast with them, eh?
I had a yarn with him, but yeah, he's a
Make it
pretty
happen.
busy
He's
person.
a good guy.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Yeah.
He's funny, man.
Yeah, he's good. He's a good guy. But yes, that was my claim to fame was him. But back to the town. Yeah, the community's doing a great job. So and when we do sponsorship events, like we just did the surf club quiz night and stuff, you always get the same people getting stuck in. I don't want to name. I'll probably miss people, but the ITM's always in, and the Windmill people are in, and Pioneer Outfitters are in, and all the tradies down the beach, -21, and Cobra Plumbing, and Roger Wells Builders. He does heaps for the town. All these guys, they're real quiet. They keep it anonymous. Vortex Electrical and Chelsea at Beauty and the Beach and OBE, like everyone puts in all the time, and they're all small businesses and they're always contributing. So
That's massive.
I'm sure I've missed people, but we need to invite you guys to more stuff.
I've been saying that because, like,
I heard that on your podcast.
yeah, I
already.
said there's a disconnect because, like, I have been here doing what I've been doing for as long as I've been doing it, but
Yeah.
nobody actually has really taken the time to be like, hey, what's Dilz doing? I feel like I've never had no interest. It's only this year that I've been asked to do the spring fling.
Maybe, I don't know.
I've been here for like my whole life.
For me, if I'm being honest, I'm like, just not my type of music. I'm like, I like Bon Jovi and
Yeah,
I like
real
it's a bit different.
I like
fair,
that. But I don't just do music. That's the thing,
I know. I
that-
suppose that's just the culture disconnect, and I'm like, but we can. Once you did that mini fest thing, I thought, I'll see how the first year goes and make sure he's not just a one hit wonder, and then help him out as much as I can. But so it's good to see you guys staying in the community and looking after Foxton.
Yeah.
But yeah, Harrison Nicholson Plumbing and Koteka, all those people. I'm sure I'm going to miss people, but we just did a sponsorship deal just before I came here. I went to the squash club and just sat down with Sean and some of the committee members there and sorted out doing some sponsorship at the squash club. And that's what we're about. We just got to keep giving back. But New World, this is the last bit. The New World Foxton. So we've got the New World Awards, and the small New Worlds normally don't do very well. There's 108 New Worlds. So we've made the finals of the best impact, community impact,
Wow, well done.
which is social media and all the stuff we
Yeah,
do,
and
and
it's
sponsorship
awesome.
and stuff.
And
And
it's,
we've made the final of the best customer promises, which is pretty cool.
it's noticeable because you got a great shop. You run a good store.
Yeah, and we made the finals of best store. So we're in the finals for 3 awards. So we're taking 7 of us to Auckland next Tuesday.
That's
for
exciting.
the awards night. So you're taking Bianca from socials and
Wow.
Barbara from checkout. So not just
Oh, I love Barbara.
then our 3 senior team. You know, Nadine's been there forever, and Stephen and Laura and myself and my wife are going. So we're going to have a should be a good night next Tuesday. Hopefully, we'll bring a few awards back.
Well,
and
good luck.
Should be a big night at the casino afterwards. Hopefully.
Hey,
So
win
can we
some
come
money.
on?
Yeah.
Oh.
We can film it for you. Yeah.
You know, there'll be some filming going on. But no, so you know, fingers crossed. We want to win something.
Massive. Like, if you're watching this podcast still, stop, take a second, hit the comments, and wish these guys luck for their finals. Because if that Foxton goes, but there should be more. Like, we're gonna be the ones to do it. Actually, put a spotlight on that. That's huge.
Hard.
Foxton being able to make it to the finals, go to Auckland, the staff getting taken up, and you guys are potentially going to be labelled the best New World in the country out of 108.
Yep.
So that's massive.
cool.
Well done.
We're
Congratulations.
we're thinking community impact and engagement. You know, we got to be right up there for that. We've got to be in the running for that. So my wife says, just say you're in the running for everything. You know, got to be positive. So yeah, that's that. You know, you never
Always
wanna
be
put yourself up
positive.
too much, but yeah.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it.
That's huge. I'm looking forward to the announcement. Hopefully, obviously, you guys with your social media marketing will make sure it's heard.
You'll know.
Make sure you guys are lead the nomination stuff that you're already at right now.
Yep.
Start promoting that.
Yep.
That's massive. Even just, you know, if you're a Grammy nominated artist, you didn't have to win the Grammy.
Yep.
You still fucking get that mean title.
Yeah.
You guys are finalists for the best New World in the country. That's branding right there. Even if you don't win, use it because that's huge.
Right. And that's that tall poppy thing. Like, you know, we're a bit scared to do it because you don't you bunch of dicks just saying how good you are.
Yeah.
You know? But you got to, because no one else is going to put you forward. You got to put yourself forward.
That's awesome. That's like we got told we were the best
Number one podcast in Horowhenua.
We're probably the
I heard
only
that.
one.
That's our title. We're
That's
running
us,
with it. Hey, so I'll wear that with pride, G. Episode 10 only.
So I'll just touch back on, you said before about how there's all the businesses and then you said we should get you guys in there. It actually ties back to one of my questions. What do you think that we could do more to help the community? Because obviously, like, Dilz has been working on the mini fest and he's now going.
I don't think I could do anything more.
No, but I'm
all
thinking,
my money's
what
going on
is-
that jar, G.
No, but it doesn't even have to be money. I mean, like, do you know of anything or do you have any ideas of what we could do more or what you guys do that we could participate in to help?
Yeah, maybe it's about sharing the love around. Like when we do a big day, like a golf day or the surf club at quiz night, like getting you there and doing some filming and podcasting, or even TJ doing some stuff. And
I'll ask some questions.
you know, even having one of you guys up there emceeing. You know, like
Yeah, man.
sometimes we struggle for an MC for the quiz night. So there's all that kind of stuff.
This
I
is
need
your
to
man.
do
He
that.
loves public speaking.
No, I don't, but I need to do something like that.
But there's
So.
that kind of stuff. You know, I think it's just getting involved. Like we need to get you guys out there because a lot of us down the beach are a little bit older and a little bit, you know, standoffish.
Yeah.
So they'll take a while to work out if these guys are for real or they just 1 minute wonders or are they all good or, you know.
Yeah.
Because you're different than what we would, you know, in my age group would listen to as far as the music goes and stuff. But, you know, as I said, I was a bit nervous about the whole thing today. I was like, for God's sake, I hope it's not all about butter prices. But
We haven't
We
even
touched on
asked.
it.
that yet.
We haven't even asked.
No, this was about Rarotonga trips.
Yeah, so,
Sucking fuck.
Sucking fuck.
Yes. So no, it's been cool. It's been a good experience. But you know, I think you guys can get out there more. I think we can share the love a bit more too. Like, yeah, we know you're all good.
Yeah. Well, you come on to test us, is it?
Well, just
Did we pass?
Just for my circle.
It's like Michael say he's the leader of Foxton Beach. Do you counter him on that?
Mike from -21.
Yeah, Slovey.
I thought Ross Brannigan was the leader of the beach.
He always goes, I have to sign off when you move out to Foxton Beach. You don't get to move out. He always says that as a joke. So I'm like, oh, maybe you come on here to test
He
us.
signed me off.
I don't know. Did he? Is that what he said to you?
Yeah, well, because I had to go get my permission slips signed when I moved here. He did it for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're not a local in Foxton until apparently you got to be born here. So I'm still trying to get my way in. But,
Chair, I've got local pass.
yeah, but I think I'm slowly getting in there. Like I think they know I'm not just robbing them and then going and taking their money with me. So
Yeah.
you know, we've proved that we're pretty loyal to the town and we've done it. You know, we've been pretty generous and the grandkids are all here and
Yeah.
you know, we're happy to get involved. So
Just thinking about the shops all on the main street that you were just talking about there. Sun Ming just closing.
Yep.
Obviously, that's something that's just happened and fresh. So there's a shop available, 2 shops. The shop next door to Care, the shops on that side are available.
yeah, the one next to Care I think is getting some earthquake work done.
Okay.
the one that Sunming's in now, the guy that owns that and the $2 shop, the same owner. He doesn't live in town. He hasn't spent a lot of money on those buildings. I'd just be guessing that he's not going to do much, but he needs to. But it's hard when you don't own the whole street to be able to tell everyone. It'd be nice to be able to tell everyone what to do. If they all followed suit, with the other side of the road would be looking pretty stunning, you know.
And can the council not try and implicate
Yeah,
some
I
stuff?
think something needs to happen. It's not my place to say, but maybe on the community board that's saying that I would raise.
Can be raised, yeah.
Need to do something about it, even the safety around there. But yeah, the whole town. Robert Harris has been great for the town too. Veronique and her partner Vinny are in the finals of the Horrorful Business Awards. So
I did see that. That's
we're
cool.
going to go to that with them. So is Peter from Petal and B. She does the organics on the main street. She does a great job too. And there's another one, Hammer Hardware's in the finals too. So we've got 3 Foxton businesses in the finals in a couple of weeks. So Trish and I we bought some tickets to go along and just support the locals.
That's cool.
And we all, our group that I said Irene and I are in, it's called Destination Te Aho, Foxton. Judy is in it as well. Judy from Pioneer Outfitters in the Windmill. So it's a business group trying to get the main street right, trying to get the town right, ready for the road, and then it's all fused into the elections now because it's worked out. 3 of us are now running for the community board, so it's interesting. But
that's cool though. That you're
passionate. You're passionate about Foxton.
Yeah,
we've won it. The New World's won it before, and so's the Windmill. We've won different sections, so it's good to get others involved and show them it's not that hard because everyone's scared about entering awards and what you have to do and stuff.
Oh, I think it's quite cool that you're saying that you and Irene and that are on the that board or whatever it is to get Foxton ready for when the highway comes. So I think that's quite cool that there's a group of you guys that are almost like enthusiasts about getting Foxton prepared for the boom that's about to happen.
And
so
the
that's
council's
nice to
kind of
know.
overruled us a bit with Foxton Futures, which I don't know if you've heard about that group, but the Foxton Futures group, which is split up into different sections like roading and infrastructure and business and community and sports. So that group's taken off too. So we've pushed back a bit and we're joined into that group too. So, we all, if you think about the amount of time that people like Irene put into the community and myself and Judy and everyone else, I'm sure there's hundreds of them that put in a lot of hours. So the town's really focused, really, really smart. So the elections will be interesting. See what happens.
Living in the town, it's nice to know that there's people that are keen to make Foxton grow. So it's nice to know.
I don't think it gets recognised, acknowledged, and noticed as much as it should, so that people can see what you guys are doing. You know,
but I don't think people all agree with us either. So we're a little bit. Everything's a little bit secret, and you're right. It shouldn't be, but we just got to get stuff done. Otherwise, you get too many naysayers and everything slows down. You just got to push ahead. And get stuff done. So
get that stuff done before the council says no.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right, I have 2 questions.
Say them.
Okay.
I know what one's going to be.
It's not the butterflies.
I was wrong there.
No. So, first question. It doesn't have to go too far into depth, but do you have any plans to expand your enterprise? Obviously, having the New World. Like, do you have any plans to buy any other businesses or bring any other businesses into town? Or because I know your wife is. I just was helping doing the renovation for the new law firm.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But have you thought about doing anything further in regards to that?
We bought that building. Trish wanted to get her own building. It makes sense when you're in your own business after paying years of rent, and it frees up another building for someone else too. So she's got her own building, so we've split that in half, and so that's been built, and that's going to be. It should be ready to go first week in November apparently. So. That'll all be open and running. The discount store's doing okay. There was a bit of grief about, bringing in another $2 shop, which it's not, but bringing in a low socioeconomic shop, and why didn't you do something else? And
I think it's good.
Are you behind that?
We own the building.
Oh, okay.
We don't own the business.
Yeah.
So,
but you would have to stamp of approval.
We had a for lease or for rent signed for 8 months, and no one in Foxton come to us. And as soon as we rented it to someone, they went mental. It's like, come on, guys, you got to.
I think it's good. I think it's a good store. It's helpful. I go in there a lot.
Yeah, like we just had the wifeys do a trip there yesterday because we spend our weekends doing like podcast meeting, upgrading things, and we were in here yesterday. We ended up doing a family dinner on the back end of it, but we sent the wifeys to go get the blue tack and that so we could put that up in the discount store. Yeah. That's where things are.
Yeah, and we spent 8 months. I'm not lying. We went to Auckland, Wellington, Southland, Palmerston. We went everywhere trying to get a not farmers, but trying to get a branded store, trying to get someone, and no one wanted to move to Foxton. It's still got a bad rep. No, we couldn't get anyone. And so we waited, and we just couldn't keep paying for the loan on the business with no rent coming in. It was just, couldn't keep doing it. And
There's
someone
this-
said, I want to do it, I want to rent it, and I'm going to employ 3 or 4 staff from Foxton. And it's
One
like,
of them's my little cousin
Yeah.
in her first
Yeah,
job,
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's
and we
massive.
got a lot of grief about that. You're like, oh, you guys say you're all about local, but you're hurting local business, and it's up to you got to compete, and it is what it is. They could it was 8 months. Someone else could have moved in, and they didn't. So, but yeah, so we got no more. We to be honest, we got no more money left. We had to borrow to do that, and
Yeah.
to do the renovations. You've seen the renovations that
I
cost
know.
more than a house to do the renovations for a law firm. It's just out the gate what things cost. But yeah, no, really excited about it. We can't make Newwood any bigger unless we get properties, because it's a corner section, unless we get the properties to
Next
the
to
left,
it.
which is Tony Robinson at
Oh,
the other
yeah.
end, and then there's the other mechanic there, and you'd have to knock and move a lot of walls.
Yeah.
I would say in 20 years' time, I won't be the owner, but I'd say they're going to have to do something.
Yeah.
Um,
With the economy growing.
yeah, well, if it grows as much as Foxton says that is, everyone at the beach says we need another supermarket, but
Yeah.
we're not big enough for another
4
supermarket.
square in Foxton Newwood's fine.
That's enough.
It's fine. I'm somebody out the beach. I know that if it's past this time or it's for something this specific,
Yep.
supermarket trip it is.
Yep.
And it's fucking few minutes that way.
Yep.
It's not that far between Foxton and Foxton Beach. And then Foxton Beach has the 4 square if you just want to go down the road and get a drink out of it.
Yeah, and they do a good job too. Like, and we're close. We're all good friends, Alan and Katrina. Like, we share stuff with each other and help each other out. So like, there's no drama there. But yeah, I just don't think we're big enough for the store that everyone wants. The Pack and Save ain't coming to town. There's just not enough turnover. It's all about volume. So
Sweet. And one more was just what's one piece of information or advice you would like to give to our audience?
well, yeah, just I suppose don't believe everything the media says. You got to do your own research about stuff. A good example's that obviously I don't want to be controversial about COVID, but everyone believed everything Jacinda said and the podium of truth, and we all believed it, and it's all turned out to be pretty much a crock of crap. And then and so now they're spouting off that supermarkets are making $1 million a day in extra profits and stuff. And I think you just need to research and work it out. It's already, the Commerce Commission's already come out and said, we got the numbers wrong. They're only making 5 cents in the dollar, which is not a lot of money. And so they're trying to make supermarkets cheaper to decrease that 5 cents. I think they should be looking at the 95 cents, which is the cost from suppliers. You go on the stock market and look at every company like Kellogg's, Coke, Unilever, whoever, and their share prices like that continually. So what does that tell you? Some suppliers, we get price increases 3 times a year, 4 times a year, and you've got to pass that on. It's just how it is. So you've got to be really careful about what we we've got to do our own research. You've got to look into everything. So
Don't believe what
tax-
you read on the internet.
yeah, GST, and they're saying, we can get lamb legs cheaper in England. Well, it might be a loss leader. The butter, I'll bring it up myself, but no one believes me except my staff. We lose money on butter, even at that $8.49. No one believes me, but the staff see it and they know it. And they're like, how do we tell people? I'm like, well, we just don't want to get into that.
You
argument.
tell them right here on the podcast. What do you pay? What do you
Yeah,
get?
but if I put it on Fonterra on the Facebook, you just get you're lying.
Oh,
You're
let
a
us
lying
put
cunt.
it.
Yeah,
We'll put it.
but we lose money. Yeah,
So
but-
you-
He's a curse.
if you're selling a butter for $8.49,
Yep.
does that mean you're buying it for $9?
yeah, maybe more. Yep.
That's
Wow,
disgusting.
that's crazy.
And so, and if you didn't, you imagine if I sold it for $9, you guys would be going even
So
crazier.
we need someone in Foxton to start making butter.
That wouldn't make any difference because then they got to keep up with the
Yeah.
prices of everything to
the
compete with
the
the commercials.
I kind of agree the farmers should make money while they can, because sometimes they have a bad time and they can't make money. So if the export market's offering, it is tough. The government has to put in some kind of rule that the locals get a rebate. I don't know how they do that, but it becomes pretty communist then. Like, you're telling the government setting prices, go to every communist country where they've done that, and you'll be buying bread and it'll be $10 a loaf, and that's all you'll be able to choose in a few years. Like, it gets really bad. So you've got to be careful. In our government, and I vote right. So I vote for the ones that are in power now. Sorry.
Are you in agreement?
But they're still saying we need another supermarket in there. Talking, let's bring a multinational in and give them a tax rebate. So take less tax off them to compete with a New Zealand company owned by a guy who paid his taxes since he's 16, pushing trolleys and worked his way up.
And they're
They
bypassing.
want to compete with me to shaft me to try and get cheaper prices for things. If we have to give a tax rebate, then that means that we're not a great market. No one else has come in. New Zealand's too small. Kiwis don't believe that. I think we're the biggest country in the world. We're tiny. That's why Aldi and that haven't come in, because there's no money to be made. And that's the honest truth.
They're
Otherwise
trying to
they'd be
invite
here.
them in, because they're trying to remove that purchase process to get these outsourced grocery
But now
chains
they're
in.
offering them tax rebates. Instead of paying the 39% that I pay in tax, they might pay 20. So, but that profit from that overseas company, where does that go?
Overseas.
and you've just given them a rebate. And so I'm making less money, so I'm paying less tax. So the country's getting less tax.
Mm.
And so we're bringing in an overseas company to compete with New Zealand company.
You voted for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now
I
you're
did.
like, damn.
But the other side would be even worse for me, probably. They're talking about just making me give my business to Fred, and he's going to do everything cheaper, and the government's going to subsidise it. So it's getting really scary in the position we're in. Like, yeah. But
Jump the ditch, go to Australia. That's what people say.
yeah, I think we'll stay in New Zealand and just tough it out. But
Yeah.
you just got to do the best. Do what you're good at. You know, Irene said, just tell your story and just do what we do. We do what we do in the community. We don't rip everyone off because you got to remember all my family live in the community. I'm not standing there trying to rip my daughter off. My son's struggling to pay his mortgage. We don't just put prices up just to piss people off.
Mm.
They say, "Oh, you're the only supermarket in town." Well, we've always been the only supermarket in town.
I remember even when there wasn't.
Mm.
That being a Foxton OG,
Yeah.
there wasn't always, but yeah, no, you've definitely filled a void. The
Yeah.
New World did, I should say. You haven't always owned it.
Yeah, but yeah, so we try our hardest, you know. So, and it hurts the staff for everyone to say, "Oh, you're ripping us off," and it hurts them because you know they take it personally because we're all a bit of a family.
Mm.
And it's like, well, they're saying we're ripping them off. I'm not ripping my son off. I'm not ripping my daughter off. I buy the groceries here too. You know, I know things are tough. But they're tough. Power bill's tough too.
Yeah.
You know, rent's tough.
Life is tough.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's whether you want to get out and making a statement and do a side hustle and get ahead, or you want to play PlayStation on your.
I wish,
Or just
bro.
drink all
Black
weekend.
Ops 7 beta's out. I haven't even really played Black Ops 6.
You know, a 40-hour week, if you take 4 weeks holiday a year and 5 days sick, 40-hour week is 21% of your year. So you got 79% of your week left.
That's a fun fact.
So
Wow,
you got 79%. What are you doing with that 79%? You're
Filming
doing-
podcasts,
Yeah, you're doing stuff.
videoing,
But what about the people that aren't and they complain they can't get ahead?
getting on the piss and complaining.
Yeah, like I sacrifice sleep. I've got a schedule. I go to sleep. You can vouch for this all day, eh? I go to sleep about between 1 and 2 every morning. Between 1 and 2, and then I'm up between 6 and 7. And I just live off no sleep because I've got no other time. I still, even with 79% or whatever schedule percentage you said, I still don't have enough time.
Yeah.
I still need more time.
I would still say you need to get 7 hours. Like that, you need to get 7 hours, otherwise you'll get sick. But while you're young, go hard.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just going hard while I'm young, while I'm capable.
Yeah, because when you get to my age, like things start to fall apart. We're talking about before, you know, I go to the toilet 3 times a night. It's like just everything falls apart.
Yeah.
That's a nuisance, eh? Did you have any other questions?
No, I'm good.
Cool.
I'm happy.
Cuzzy DJ TJ, you got some prepared for our Jason Davy?
Yes, I do. I'm going to ask him really
He's
quickly.
our Jason Davy.
I'm going to ask him very quickly because I really barely need to go to the toilet. I've been
Same.
holding it in since like
think
an
we all do.
hour 15, and that's a long time. But also shout out to Jason because he's the first reason why I actually got jobs, because after he brought me to Alex Harris got me a job, then Alex Harris brought me to another company, and then now I'm with 2 companies after that, and yeah,
So you're a job jumper.
no, I did not say that. I did not say that.
It
He
sounded
gave you
like
the
it.
first step on that rung of ladders.
I was just choosing what job's my favorite.
But he showed initiative, so that was the key,
Yeah,
you know?
that's important.
And that's why he's with us behind the scenes. He's my little cousin, by the way, if you
Oh,
didn't
okay.
realise.
No, I didn't know
he's,
that.
he's my little cousin. And so I gave him an insight into the making a statement world.
Yeah.
He wanted to learn DJing.
Yeah.
And so kind of brought him in and gave him the opportunities. And now he's already been out there with DJ'd the Matariki markets and Levin.
Nice.
He's DJ'd theatre production shows for our Mine and King Cass's new album.
Nice.
Theatre, DJ'd the Making a Statement showcase in Palmerston North. So I brought him into this world and he just dove deep into it. And he's one of the first people I've offered opportunities to friends and cousins and everybody like, hey, foot into the door of this industry that I've paved the way into and created this lane with all this years and that of dedication. Here's a bit of a shortcut. Come ride this wave with me. I need a team. These guys, the only ones that have taken that seriously.
Yeah. I've seen him in the shop with a young lady shopping.
I hope that was
Yeah,
your missus,
that's
Cuzzy.
my missus.
Are you sure?
That's
Can we
my
get a
missus.
description of this young lady?
Nah, I think it was his missus.
Yeah, well,
We'll just go with that. No.
no, I personally take my shopping to Foxton New World because also I'm a club card member, so it's a lot cheaper for me. But also Palmy's quite expensive for some reason. But one of my questions is, what's some tips and advice you can give to our youth that are trying to buy their first house?
You got to take some responsibility for all your decisions. It's really tough to not go on the booze with your mates when they're all going out and there's fear of missing out and stuff, and I'm bad at that too, you know. But you've got to cut some expense out, and it takes some tough years, TJ, to get that house, and getting a house is tougher. I'm not going to lie and say it's easy. And when you get that house, that's when you never sell that house. You use that house to buy the next house. You know, you've got to, once you're in the market, you've got to stay in the market. But my son's really struggling, like just with the mortgage he got in at the peak of the market, everything's crashed, you know. So, but he's doing a great job. You know, they're living tough. One's working and the other one's at home with bubs.
They bought out the beach too, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just cutting corners, you know, like they don't eat the flashiest food in the world, but they make it work. And yeah, so they don't go partying and stuff.
Spend within your means.
Yeah, live within your means. And if you can get a side gig, then you need to get it.
Don't deal drugs.
So I think,
and if you need to do it for 2 or 3 years, and you won't miss that 2 or 3 years when you're 40. You'll be glad you did it.
Dealing drugs?
No.
I was going to say that, and I was like,
I
no.
like that.
Yeah. Well, that's like we've said, like give him the opportunity and he'll run with it, and hopefully other kids or other youth will see Cuzzy Trev doing what he's doing and be inspired by him for coming in here. You know, he comes in here every Monday. Every single Monday, we call him out on the weekend. Hey, bro, we need you to come and help us shoot this music video. We need you to come and DJ this. We need you to come and do this. Rah. He'll come and do it. And hopefully other kids or youth will pick up what he's doing and go, shit, I might do that.
Yeah.
You know, because it's important. 100% important.
It's kind of leading by example. The whole town's got to do that. Like, keep leading by example. I think the rugby club does a good job of that. They're always working on that kind of stuff. So getting that, like they get all their seniors out to cook a barbecue or to cook for the juniors, like to become a real club, you know.
Yeah.
It's been a real turn for them, and it's showing results on the field as well. So it can be done.
Nice. I love that question too, Cuzzy TJ.
That was the only question that I actually came prepared. But yeah, that's the only question I actually thought of, to be fair.
That's all good. I think I've got a couple. What happens with food waste?
Yep. So if we get credits, like, I don't know, if it's a dented tin and we can't sell it and stuff like that, we do credit boxes for the staff, and we do a staff draw every month for those who got recognised, and we give the credits to the staff. Like, they get a box, you know, it's a mystery box, whatever's in it. Might be cat food, might be some nappies, might be things, and they can do whatever they want with that. If it's fruit and veggie waste, it goes to the pig man. We do a bit with the food banks, but it's got to be edible too, so you got to be careful with what you're giving to people if they're going to re-gift it or whatever. But yeah, it's all food waste. It's all going to the pig man or the scraps.
What I'm envisioning too, the one that hurts me in terms of the waste of the food is fish.
Yep.
Because obviously the ocean's getting raped.
Yep.
And as a fisherman that's growing up, feeding myself off the ocean since day dot, you know, I love going out, catching a fish, gutting it, filleting it, and turning it into something and feeding the family. Like that's what I get a buzz off doing. And you know, an example is I went out over the bar with the old man at I think there's 3 days left of the season. It's 6 months. It's October to April. And went out March, like 29th, I think it was. And happened to just land the record fucking snapper for the season.
Oh, really?
Weighed it in. It was like, we weighed it on the boat at 23 point something pound. But the scales at the boat club read it at 22. But that won. So we got a dinner shout at the boat club and that.
Nice.
But that snapper, you know, I got to take it home, fillet it, and I did one fillet on the barbecue, and we shared that snapper with a last feed that I had with my grandmother before she passed. So she came out, we all had a big barbecue feed, and then we put the other big fillet in the freezer, and you know, that fed myself and all my family at my grand's tangi. That's, you know, the second fillet. We did a big seafood chowder. And, you know, I just love that thought of feeding off the ocean, but the ocean is getting destroyed. You know, the populations of the fish and the commercial fishing is overdoing. And I can just imagine you as a supermarket owner, you know about all of the fish that doesn't get purchased, that just goes in waste.
Yeah, I don't know enough about what's in the. You're talking about the bycatch and stuff like that.
No, more so what gets it to the supermarket that doesn't get purchased, which, you know.
Oh, the wastage.
Wastage.
So if it's before it's out of date, we cook stuff up for fish pie and stuff, so we try not to waste anything. And we're not a big fish store, so we don't sell a heap of fish. So they order pretty small amounts, so more often than not, you'll see the fish empty more than you'll see it over full, because we run it quite tight, because you don't want to be throwing away salmon at $50 a kilo or whatever it is now. It's crazy. So we try and repurpose everything. We try not to waste anything. We do staff markdowns as well on meat and stuff, so the staff get a deal before it gets anywhere near a bin or anything.
Perfect.
So we try and look after our staff as much as possible with that kind of stuff. And Foodstuffs own shares in a place called Lee Fisheries. They do sustainable fishing out of Auckland, so we've got our own shares in the fishery, and we get all their quota.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's quite sustainable.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Mm.
Because that is something that does concern me,
Yep.
especially somebody that utilizes and loves the ocean
Yep.
and the fish that we get to provide our families with.
Good question.
Thank you.
Wasn't expecting a fish question.
Next question. What do you think of Countdown rebranding again back to Woolworths? Didn't they spend a shit ton of money to do that?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I know why they did it, because it makes sense, because they're Woolworths in Australia, and they can bring all the Woolworths branded product here, and it makes sense instead of having a Woolworths branded product in Countdown. It's just Woolworths everywhere.
Mhm.
So you'll see more and more Australia product coming in. I understand why they did it. Cost a lot of money, and it was bad timing with the cost of living crisis and stuff. Good for us, because it took a bit of heat off us for a little while. So
But I remember Woolworths as a kid, so
Yeah,
why'd
same.
they backtrack? And yeah, that's a good idea to bring it back, but like, why'd they? That's a stupid
They're
process.
just
yeah,
trying to
it's just dumb.
make something new, I guess.
But there's been that many supermarket changes. It was Food Town, and then Countdown bought them out. Woolworths bought them. They've changed head companies so many times. Decca was involved in that too. Remember Decca back in the day? Probably before your guys' time.
I remember Right Price.
Yeah, right. That was our chain. Yeah. So you'd write on there with a vivid. Yeah, write the prices on.
Oh, is that what they're? It's kind of like Pac-Man's got the stick.
Yeah,
They did the
right
right-
price. You got a vivid. You go with mum, and she'd write 50 cents on it. You have to write the price of whatever's on the ticket on the bottom. You'd take it to the checkout, and they'd type in 50 cents.
Oh, I never knew that. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Cool. You mentioned something that you would raise at the table if you had got voted into the community board. I can't remember quite what that was. I think it was about the Foxton Main Street or something. You said I would raise that at the table. What else would you raise at that table?
I think we're talking about the shop frontage.
Yeah.
You're the ones
So
that
what
were-
else? What else would you raise at that table? What's on your agenda? What are you thinking is the change that you want to make?
Yeah, there's nothing specific on my agenda. I think we need to do some work on the river loop, but I think there's a lot of people doing a lot of work there, and we've got to be careful that that doesn't just become a big rates blowout. I think we need central government to help with that kind of stuff. Like, that's above the Horowhenua Council, because you're talking millions. I think Irene would know more, and her husband Poe, they do a lot of work there, and Justin Tamihana. So the river, we've got to be careful about the expense. But no, I just think Foxton, we just need to tidy up, ready for that main road. Like, how are we getting people off that main road into the town or into the beach? Because otherwise they're just driving past again. Robert Harris might get a bit of, but we need to get them off the road. We need to get some better signage, whether it's a Foxton Fizz bottle going turn left for Foxton Fizz, or more signage about the windmill and showing them about the good stuff on our street. We want to become a destination. Like, how Otaki used to be, and people would drive from Wellington to all the
Outlet stores. Yeah.
We tried to get an outlet store, as I was saying before, in that shop. No one wanted to come. But once we get a reputation as it's nice and solid, Newington's is doing well, the landlords are looking after the place, I think more people will come to town. So we just got to be ready for that, and selling Foxton as best we can as destination management and stuff. So pushing that, making sure that Foxton's not getting left out, because Levin's got that town centre upgrade. There'll be a lot of focus and a lot of our rates spent on that. And is that the right thing to do? Because the road's bypassing it.
Yeah.
As a region, we should be promoting Foxton.
I thought about that.
But I don't think Levin's going to just give up all their money for Foxton. So it's a bit of a battle about making sure we're getting our share of the dollar rates.
Yeah.
Makes
I
sense.
think that's going to be the battle.
Yeah. Thinking of that main drag into Foxton, I'm just picturing coming from Levin off the left-hand side, there's Turks and a big banner that says home of the happy chickens. I don't think they're happy. And I think that nearly every time I drive past it. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on that?
I don't want to get into Turks marketing, but if they say the chickens are happy, I'm happy
Just
to,
believe it.
to agree with
We'll
that.
agree. Okay.
Yeah. But I think we need to get a roundabout in there somewhere to slow down that traffic and get them onto the main street, and some kind of signage, whether it's, as I said, a Foxton Fizz bottle or a windmill or something to push them into town and get them to the beach. The beach is still one of the best kept secrets, and sometimes we want to keep it a secret because we don't want 1 million people down here as well. So we just got to, it's that balance, but how many you want in town.
I think a key thing that would help with tourist attraction would be to utilize the golf course and have some kind of subdivision to it, or whatever neighboring property, whatever. I don't know how that all works, but try to put in some kind of a driving range you know, something like that, because you're on the main highway. You can think all these people doing road trips to Wellington with their families would stop and do that, you know, do the driving range,
Driving
grab a
range is a
feed.
good idea.
I think that's probably something that they, and then that Foxton golf course is getting utilised more.
Yeah, and it's a good golf course, and it's got a good reputation. They do a
They
good
need to
job
stop
on
putting the
greens.
price up.
Yeah,
We're paying too much for what it is. Like the fairways, like I'm not going to bag Foxton, but it's not a very attractive course.
Yeah.
And you're getting rubbish when you're going up, you know, when you can't even tell if it's the rough or the fairway, but you're paying the same green fees as I think the rates are going up too high. For
It depends on the time of the year, though.
I know prices go up as
Sometimes
I'm a
it's-
member, so I don't pay green fees. I've been up there for a while.
Yeah.
But,
But like sometimes you go there and it's beautiful, but then like peak of summer, it's so dry. It's like you're hitting off
rock
concrete.
Yeah.
In
And
winter,
then
it's a
in
bog.
winter, it's a bog. You can't even hit your clubs getting stuck in the ground.
For one greenkeeper, I think they do a pretty good job with a bunch of volunteers.
Yeah,
You know,
but-
it's just like. But I like the idea of a driving range, and
Mm.
Foxton's got so many attractions that we don't know about. Like that mountain bike park's amazing. And there's the gun club, the equestrian, the off the loop. You know, Louise and John, I think that's his name. They're lovely people. They're doing the off the loop. They're really pushing that. You see their socials.
They've got a
They're
mini
doing-
golf coming or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mini golf's there. Roger's built that. Roger Wells building, and they just did some drone footage. You should look into their website, their socials too. They're doing a really good job on socials, and they bring people to town because people come from out of town for that kind of thing. There's only 4 or 5 wake parks in New Zealand, so it brings Wellington, Palmy, all the way out here. And so when we get them here, how do we keep them here? How do we get them to spend some money at Robert Harris or stay the night at the Top 10 Holiday Park? Or
Do we have like a Foxton hub kind of website where if somebody from out of Foxton was to click on it, they could be like, what is here? Activities free, nature, there's the boardwalk, there's the bushwalks that go out, there's
the estuary.
the Cousin Avenue forest walk, there's a sunset walk that you go down Foxton Beach to, you know, the wharf area.
Yep.
There's all these different like free activities, and then there's all these paid things like the off the loop and XYZ. And then, like I said, Foxton probably needs to put more spotlight on what's happening in our community as well. So like maybe we need Irene, a great person that would be able to do it. Website, a hub where everything that is Foxton is there.
So that's that Horowhenua destination management page I'll do. So when you go to Horowhenua, you'll type in and it'll have a Foxton page. Are you going to Foxton? These are the Foxton things. Are you going to Hamatangi, Waitariri? So it'll all be there. As I said, it's just taking a little bit more time than what we would have liked, but it's coming.
But it's crazy that it's not already. Like, what is 2025 and
Yeah, there are
everyone
pages,
consumes on the
But
internet?
not to the extent you would want them.
Yeah.
And they need to. And then they're like, well, do you want us to spend more money getting people doing the social media pages? So everything costs money.
It's a cycle, it's a loop.
Yeah, so everyone's just got to decide what the priorities are. But getting people to Foxton, because that is the jewel of Horowhenua, not Levin. Levin's really a service town, but not that they like that.
Yeah. What's your favourite thing about Foxton?
I think that just the community and the people and the way they've made us feel welcome in 10 years, you know. Go down the bowling club for a beer and everyone has a laugh, and playground pool, and, you know, they've made the family feel welcome, you know. The boy and our daughter and our son have both met locals here and had babies with locals.
Yeah.
So, we've been welcomed in, and just, you know, the rugby club and all the local tradies, just how everyone commits to the community. So you can ring around and go, Roger, we need something for the auction. Oh, yeah, I'll get you something, you know. Minus 21, you need to help sponsor the midwinter swim. It makes sense. You're minus 21. It makes sense. So, yeah, so we all do that in the volunteer fire brigade, how they give back. You know, we give to them, but they try and give back too. So, and everyone's volunteering to make it the best place they can be. So.
I can definitely agree from an outside perspective as well, like not being from this town and then moving here, like I definitely felt that, you know, how there's that stigma, it's Foxton, like you're going to Foxton. When I moved here, like before I moved here, I was like, oh, I don't know, like I'm not too sure. And then when I moved here, it only took me like a month to actually be like, man, it's actually quite nice here. Like people are quite good. Like you said, the rugby club, like I moved here within 3 months. I was down there, started playing a bit, and I was managing, and then I was just going down helping out, and now I do a lot of filming for them. And like the culture in the rugby club is just like crazy. Like to me, I didn't think it would be that like warm. I was like, oh, it's just going to be a bunch of guys that just want to get on the piss, but actually everybody cares about each other and stuff, and it's very much like the community here as well. Like,
and it's driven by a really small committee too. Like it's always the same people doing all the work. There's a lot in helping in the background, but it's the same 4 or 5 people that have been there 9 years doing a lot of the work. You know? So you need to. It's like the fire brigades need to keep bringing those people through, because those people are going to get to the end of their cycle of whatever, and then you'll be left with what are you going to be left with. So it's about succession planning, not just in business. So you've got someone coming through, and who's your next deli manager. it's like, who's going to be your next chairman of the rugby club? Who's going to be your next chairman of sort, River Trust? You got to keep people coming through.
Yeah.
What's your least favourite thing about Foxton?
It's a small town, so everyone knows your business or thinks they know your business. And if they don't know it, they make it up. It's just this. I suppose the stories about we're still, we're rich and we're ripping everyone off. That hurts, and it hurts my ego, and I'll fight back. And everyone's like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." But it's not. That's not me to not worry about it. It's just,
We're human.
Yeah.
We're human, and I get shit. I laugh a lot and I come from a background of security. I used to be a bouncer, and like I've got thick skin naturally as well, and I can take a joke. And like on my way over here, I had seen a comment, "How's your crackhead mates?" I just replied, "They're good. Thanks for asking." That was literally just on my way here. I'll just deal with it all day. Like it literally just floods. And like King Cass said recently, that social media space can be dark. It can be ugly.
Yeah, I read it.
You have to really, one, have a thick skin, and two, you got to understand and learn how to navigate it.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can be, a victim to it. Really, it is. It's a nasty space, and all the people out there, like there's fucking harm going down on those social media platforms. People take their lives because of what people say and post and make up and spread and gossip, and it's disgusting. It can be a disgusting place. And I think one of the things I really want to do is just drive home to everybody out there that they need to disconnect more. Like, if I'm not on the socials to do what I have to do, because like you said, running pages and this and that, you can imagine like how much I have to be on socials. I schedule it. So on the weekend, I dedicate my Saturdays, and I sit there and I schedule my podcast clips that I've edited, and I do it for Monday to Sunday, and they come out at 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. So I dedicate a time slot. So I'm not on my phone all through the week trying to hit deadlines and make posts, because I want to be in the moment. And another thing I've started doing is I'm going to do a story and stuff like that. I quite like just doing the video, but I don't sit there and post it all in that moment. Otherwise you lose the moment. So I got the content that I needed, but then I put my phone down and back engaging. Like the story before we started, I took a video and then I'll post it later. It doesn't need to be right now, because right now I'm here and I need to be present, and you need to disconnect sometimes. So I say that pretty much every podcast episode, but it's so important, because it's in that time you're going to be productive. You're going to find something to keep you busy. You're going to have conversations with humans and interact. You're going to connect. You're going to maybe think about what that future holds for you and what your next steps are and how you can go from pushing trolleys to owning a shop. You're going to do that if you've got the time to do it, to be that productive thought process. But if you're just draining into your phone and doom scrolling for hours, you're missing all of that. It's not happening.
Can I touch on you've talked a couple times about the comments that people make about, oh, you're wealthy and this and that, and how it's affecting you. I feel like you shouldn't even be paying any attention to what these people have to say, because it's not a bad thing. You worked for that. You earned the right to have the things that you have, to own the store in Foxton. You earned all of that. You shouldn't. I wouldn't even pay attention to anything.
To explain yourself.
I wouldn't even pay attention to them, man, because honestly, you did that. Nobody else. You did it. So I wouldn't let anybody else's opinion bring you down. Because it'd be like if I walked up and I had $500 in my wallet, and this person was like, well, you should give me that because it's not fair that you have all of that. I was like, well, I earned that. So I'm going to have it. So it's like you've earned everything that you have. So I wouldn't let anybody, if you see someone put in the comments, oh, all he did was this, and he
Fuck
just
that
has all
person.
this, fuck them. Straight up. Straight up though, because at the end of the day, you earned that. You know, like
100%.
everything that you're doing for the community and that, you don't have to do that.
It's out of pocket.
You do it out of the kind of your heart, and that's your money. You earned that money and you're giving it back, and you're allowed to have these nice things. So I think the biggest thing from me is fuck them. To be honest.
Money talks.
I wouldn't let anybody ever make you feel bad about something that you earn.
Money talks,
you
and
did
you're talking in a sense of like, you're not about the profit. Yeah, you get paid XYZ if you get on this board, but like you just said, I'm not there for that. I don't need it. I don't need that money. I want to do this for the community. And every time you're giving back and sponsoring, that money doesn't just come from New World. That comes from you, the owner of New World. So people need to understand that too. And like I said at the very start, you're reputable for being so giving. And that's a great reputation to have. So people that do have those comments obviously just don't know you.
But
And unfortunately, they still have a keyboard, so they're still going to make comments. They still have a thought process. They don't see what you're doing, and you know,
probably don't care.
but they don't care. They're not looking for it. They're just trying to be negative on social media.
But also like looking into it as well. If you do get the role on there and you do get the $7,000 or whatever you're talking about, it just means that that's probably more money that you're going to be able to give back to the community.
Yeah.
That's a positive way to look at it. Oh, he has this money, but if we do give him this place, he's probably going to put more back into the community anyways, which I can see you're always looking at ways to give back. So yeah, I think instead of looking at it as a negative as, oh, he's got all this money, just think, oh, well, if he does get this, then he's probably going to put more back into it anyways.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
but yeah, either way, fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Money jar.
Yeah, you earned that.
Me and TJ are busting.
Yeah, I'm busting.
We're going to take it home. Irene said it in her podcast that in the space that you guys are in, the elections councils, you get kind of 30 seconds to summarize yourselves or a certain amount of words to tell people why they should vote for you, and it's not enough. You know, and that's why this podcast is so important, because now you got 2 hours to connect with people.
Yep.
But that 30 seconds, what would you say?
Oh, look, if you vote for me, if you want me to be a voice for you, you've seen what I can do in the community, and that I'm keen to give back, and I'm a part of Foxton, and I just want to continue to do that and be your voice. If you don't want me, that's cool too. The OGs are good, so go hard. But I think I'll do a good job, and I'll put everything in. I'll be at every meeting, and I'll be putting our best foot forward. So that's
Nice.
me. Yeah.
That's cool. And now that you've had the opportunity to step into our Mass HQ, you see it's not just a backyard shenanigans.
Yep.
What do you think of making a statement?
No, I think it's looking really good. I enjoying their album cover as well.
Thank you.
But no, I think you guys have done a really professional job. Like, spend a lot of money. Like, I know what things cost. So it's really good. Like, I'm really impressed. Like, as I said, I'm really impressed. So,
Number one podcast in Horowhenua.
number one podcast in Horowhenua, and probably the best podcast you've done is number 10.
No, I like that confidence. The thumbnail's going to look great, eh?
Yeah.
Butter prices.
I just need a few more likes than Irene, Irene?
She's doing well. Her episode, we dropped it
She's good.
24 hours ago.
Yeah.
And traction-wise, when I checked on it last, which was when I was kind of, when we just were sitting up here, it had already been watched for 80 hours.
Yeah.
So it is less than 24 hours
I
ago it
watched
came
2
out.
hours the other night.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
in the time frame that's been out, went live 8 p.m. last night.
Yeah.
People have already spent 80 hours in front of the TV or phone listening or watching to us talk. And that's powerful. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool because, you know, that gives us that reason to keep going. Like, people were actually paying attention. And somebody, I can't remember who it was that said it, but like, I get views on a music video, and the music video might have like 5,000 views, but the music video is only 2.5 minutes.
I said this.
And the same person might really like that song. So they actually come back and listen to it 20 times, and it's in this person's playlist, so it plays 50 times.
Yep.
So you can't see the genuine kind of viewership there. Whereas if we drop a podcast and 250 people have watched it in the first 24 hours, that's probably 250 people that sat there for 2 hours.
Yeah, they don't repeat it.
And they don't watch it 20, 50 times.
Yeah.
They're sitting there watching it for 2 hours, and that's 250 people that are tuning in going,
It's
I
a
want
big
to
commitment in
tune
these
that.
days, 2 hours.
Yeah, 100% in the social media world that we're in right now.
Yeah, everyone's 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Box, yeah.
Yeah, so massive love to everybody that's out there tuning in, showing love, sending messages. Like, we get DMs, you know, shouting us out for what we talked about and helping to discuss, and that breaking the stigma. I think this episode's kind of breaking the stigma around Foxton, you said, and
Definitely.
supermarkets.
Yep.
Because the butter prices.
Yeah.
And the butter prices are actually, you're making fuck all off it.
Nothing. No, they're actually
You're
going
losing
right.
money on
That's
butter.
right.
So, yeah.
Can't wait to see those comments.
I've appreciated getting you on, Jason.
It's
Is
been
there
fun.
any other comments or questions from you guys before we take a piss?
No, I'm good. I'm busting.
Yeah, I need
Yes.
a piss
I
too.
drank way too much
We're
water
lucky. We just go
beforehand.
outside and then just line up in three across the fence.
I did bring 3 Pioneer Outfitters vouchers that I got in an auction the other day, so you can
Oh,
give
nice.
those away at some stage on one of your podcasts.
Let's do
Yeah,
that.
that's cool. Oh,
Okay.
I thought that
Three.
for us.
So we've got we've got 3 vouchers right here that's just been donated from Jason Davy, and it is for the Pioneer Outfitters. So that's a local Foxton store on our main street, and we'll find a way to give these back and make an impact with them. So thank you so much, bro. I appreciate that. We're all about giving back, and obviously we've got the Te Awaho Mini Fest lined up, so we have a quick chat when we're taking a piss.
Yep.
But that's coming November 30th next month. So if you're local or out of town, save the date. And if you are listening to this, you probably or maybe already heard us on the radio, making a statement. We've got Care Design on Main Street, 41 Main Street. You can go and get yourself some mass apparel, go print it. It's now made here local in the heart of Foxton. But massive to me, you know, my clothing brand is made here locally, distributed here locally. It's now a Foxton brand.
Yep.
It's a part of that market niche, you know, so that's massive to me. That means a lot, walking into that shop and seeing my clothes on display, on sale, and getting treated with respect. So thank you, Care Design. But yeah, no, that's us. Makingstatement.co.nz if you want to go and get yourself some.
You haven't done the one thing we're grateful for yet.
Oh, fuck.
Man, I'm busting. Come
All
on,
right, let's do it
yeah.
quickly. Let's do it quickly. Cuzzy Trev.
What are you grateful for?
Opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for opportunities of obviously getting ahead of life, because I know a lot of 20-year-olds my age are just sitting on their ass, buying cars, paying off debt that they don't have. And while I am just making money and then putting it into places that will get me money back, if that makes sense.
It's called investing, my cuz.
Yes, investing.
Well done,
That's
brother E.
Shit, I'm probably just gonna say my wife again, just because like I said, Saturday I got the call out, and we were supposed to go out for dinner, and she was tired and whatnot, and she had to go then have the kids by herself, take them out to the restaurant, which is not an easy task. She did have her parents, which would have obviously been a help, but it's a hard job going out at that time of night with kids and then getting them home to bed, that sort of thing. And she's heavily pregnant. So yeah, I just say shout out to my wife again, and I'm grateful for her again.
That's my sister.
That's 3 in a row.
My sister.
Yes, it is.
I'm grateful for making a statement because, like I just said, the clothing brand being on the Foxton Main Street, that's just next level for me. But now this collaboration with MediaWorks, My FM is a radio station I grew up listening to. More FM is a local radio station that's got massive reach and potential and listeners and audience in our region. And now I've collaborated with both of them and really going to try and push the brand and Foxton. So I'm just so proud of that, and I'm looking forward to what's to come from that.
Cool.
How are you, Jace?
Yeah, I'm grateful for being invited and for getting the opportunity to speak to everyone. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. But grateful to my family for supporting me in the elections. They always said I've got enough to do without having to do this, but they've helped me deliver flyers. My staff have been delivering flyers and getting all excited about it as well. So you're grateful for my family and my team at work. So
Perfect.
That's cool.
I think your auntie's one of my team as well.
Auntie, yeah, Linnea.
Yeah. So no, we got a really good team. So really stoked and proud to be part of it. Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's been there for a minute.
Long time.
Long time. But yeah, shout out Auntie Linnea. But yeah, that's us, making a statement.co.nz. This is the Making a Statement podcast. We're about breaking the stigma. We've had an awesome episode. It's another probably 2.5 hours, it feels like, maybe, since I've been toilet. So would you rather watch this or Harry Potter? That is the question. Okay. But
Definitely.
catch us next episode. We got to line up a guest because we've had a change in scheduling, so we can't announce who that is just yet, but stay tuned. And that's pretty much everything. Oh, Pressure. Pressure is coming out in a couple of weeks. We've shot the music video, new single. The merch is available. Go be the first to buy some. It's now live on the website as of today, but today's Monday, not yesterday or whenever day is last week when you seen this, when it started
Okay.
from now.
Right.
Yeah. So makingastatement.co.nz. That's me, Brother E.
Bye. I'm Ethan.
Gonna happen as firefighter, ain't nobody putting it down. I'm holding it down, no common grounds. I'm making a statement, is the way to claim the